Hello, and thank you for joining. I forgot to turn on the light. And there we go. Now I'm back and feeling all bright and shiny and new. Let's go ahead and play some Standard tonight. It's chilly out there, which is why I'm rocking the Tom Ross look, which we all know so very well. But it should be some fun. There's a couple of players. Standard is outrageously fun for those who play it, but very unappealing to most, and so fairly low turnout tonight as it has been for a bit. But the players who are here are going to put on a show for us, and they're going to show up some cool stuff anyway. Scarlet Spud, that is okay. I understand that, and I hope that you do well. Ton, no, I have not. They would not accept me if I tried. I'm not nearly cool enough for that. UFO, it's hello. Or it's good to see you. Hello, not it's hello to see you. Good. But hello to USNNT. And looks like Dylan might have some information for me.
We're just going to do 3 round robin.
Cool.
So I got one of them.
Thanks. Would you like to give me a bit more?
What are you playing? Are you playing what you played last time?
No,
Alright.
They're all spells.
Alright.
Dynavolt.
And what's his name?
How do you spell your last name?
Metzger, M-E-T-Z-G-E-R.
Does it autofill?
No.
Oh, that's the first thing I filled. I'll get 3 seconds.
Okay. Sorry, we're figuring it out here. Hello to everybody. It's good to see you all. We're going to have apparently Blue-Red Spells versus Blue-Red Colossus. So, one of them will be rocking the Dynavolt Tower. The other one will be rocking the Metalwork Colossus, trying to ramp up into some of those and using a plethora. Both of them going to be doing some fairly degenerate stuff with those artifacts. So, should be a little bit interesting. I think that Logan might have a little bit of an edge. He won't have too much to interact with, but once he gets going, he has a pretty unstoppable board, and I'm not sure if the Blue-Red Spells deck will be able to produce enough. Then again, the value of that Whirler Virtuoso is going to be big. Thank you. Alright, so let's head on down, have some fun. It's going to be round 1. We're going to do 3 of them here tonight. I'll see you down there. Rock and roll forever. Alright, and these players are lining up here on the right. We see Logan. Now, I do see a Prophetic Prism, a couple of lands. He also does have the Cultivator's Caravan, so going to be trying to ramp into those. The big key thing with this is that these are non-creature spells specifically. Why is that important, you may ask? Well, let me tell you about a card called Metalwork Colossus. It looks a little bit like this, and it does some pretty cool stuff to where it costs X less, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. So right now, it would cost 9. Once he drops down that Cultivator's Caravan, it would actually cost 6. When you consider that that Cultivator's Caravan is also adding a mana, it becomes a really big thing. However, Taylor, with the early start, is able to drop a Dynavolt Tower. We'll see how quickly he's able to assemble that energy, because it will be a powerful engine in the meantime. Whenever you cast, when you get 2 energy, and you pay 5 of that energy to deal 3 damage to a creature or a player. Closest thing to a Boltyn Standard, and I'm more than happy to see it. And it looks like we're going to kick it back, no extra mana, floating around this turn. Another Cultivator's Caravan is in hand, however. If we do have a 4th land drop from Logan, that would actually get him to drop the Cultivator's Caravan, and he would still have 3 mana available, in addition to a cost reduction of 8, which would allow him to start casting these Metalwork Colossi. Otherwise, we've got 1 energy from Taylor because of the Ether Hub, and we're going to drop a Chandra. Not really where I was expecting this matchup to go. My goodness. I expect a plus probably for the card draw, but because there's not a whole lot of things to spend any of that removal on, say like a Harness Lightning, anything like that. So I'm more likely just going to deal the 2 damage, and that looks to be the case. Wasn't able to see what that was, but it won't matter. The Dynavolt Tower not quite active yet, but that Chandra should be a consideration. The Chandra, Torch of Defiance, of course the card that everybody knows is powerful, but it hasn't quite found a home yet. Still, I'm a big fan of that card. It's all kinds of awesome. 4 abilities, 4 mana, 4 loyalty, and all kinds of awesome. If it does ult, this is going to be a really big way for Taylor to take down this game in a pretty fast way. Panharmonicon coming down now. Whenever any artifacts or creatures enter the battlefield, he's going to get twice as many of those enter the battlefield triggers. That's going to be relevant with things like that Prophetic Prism, like any of the puzzle nuts, the ones that draw you a card, lose a life, things like that. And he is able to produce the black mana using that Prophetic Prism or the Cultivator's Caravans. So, we're going to play it on our land, we're going to activate this, and we're able to look at a Glimmer of Genius. That's, I think, worth casting, but it looks like we're actually going to deal the 2, so I think Taylor's got some instant speed shenanigans up his sleeve, because otherwise the amount of energy that would be gained off of that is not insignificant. So maybe looking to protect this Chandra, because in 2 turns that is going to become 1 house of a card. Another island coming down from Logan. He does have... Ooh, interesting. If a counterspell is up, there is a Sky Sovereign in hand. Sirio, it's going well. I hope you're having a good night. Standard is perpetually meh this season, but you know what? We're going to have some fun. Anyway, we're going to cast that, and we're going to see if it resolves. If it does, that is going to be a really big thorn in the side for Taylor and his game plans. Not a whole lot of ways to activate it yet, but because of the Panharmonicon trigger, able to completely eliminate that Chandra, because he was actually able to deal 6 damage to her. Big hit. Gotta be rough. Looks like we're going to go up to 2 energy. Still a little bit rough on Taylor's side of the battlefield, and I'm a little bit surprised that Glimmer of Genius didn't get cast. With how things were looking, Taylor seems to be going for a board control plan, but there's no board to control yet. Oh, that's awesome, Syria. I hope you're enjoying it. And hello to everybody else who is joining out in the grand world of Magic. It looks like there's almost 30 of you out there. Hello, my name is TJ. We're streaming at Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington. And I genuinely believe, or sorry, that's not right. I genuinely hope that you're having a good time. We do have another Sky Sovereign. Might just go for that one, but it doesn't seem particularly wise. I think at this point what we need to do is figure out a way. We might almost be cracking this Inventor's Fair, actually, to try and find something that can activate. However, the Hedron Archive looking pretty solid at the moment. Logan really needs to draw into some of the payoff, however. He's got all the enablers in the world and not a whole lot of way to actually get it done. The Hedron Archive offers him a way to draw some cards through this, and we actually have 3 mana, so it's going to be another Cultivator's Caravan, potentially. Maybe he's thinking of going Cultivator's Caravan into the Hedron Archive. I think I'd rather just go straight to the Hedron Archive. It gives me a better chance of drawing, and it looks like that might... Oh, we're going to use that to pop the Inventor's Fair, grab one of those Colossi, and put it into play. So, step 1, we've got that Colossi out. Now, we're going to crack this Sanctum of Ugin. This Sanctum of Ugin is going to allow us to search for another one, and it looks like we may have a response. Yeah, huh. So still on the stack. And we are going to cast... So what happened there is that Taylor basically had to wait to have a target. Going to fire off this Harness Lightning. Is there enough energy? Because that is going to produce 3. That's actually going to produce 5 for the cast. Plus we still have the remaining. So that isn't quite enough. That's going to be 7. And we won't have any energy to actually increase it. So that's 5 at the moment. And I think we're going to finish it off for a total of 10. And we're going to cruise Sky Sovereign in the meantime. Looks like we might have another one. Wow. Well then. 3 Harness Lightnings taking that board down. The dude, Tom Ross, doesn't know. Doesn't know. Well, that went pretty well. Time Knight, it's good to see you. So, just a 10-10 on the board. The problem is that Taylor had to exhaust 3 of his spells to take down functionally 1 creature in actuality. And we're still down to only 2 energy on Taylor's side of the battlefield. Not going to have a very good time of controlling these 10-10s. The big thing that was really good about that was that he was able to limit Logan to just 1. So if Taylor does come up with an answer to it, that's going to be close to enough. That Panharmonicon is looking pretty swell right now. Thank you, the dude. I appreciate that. Maybe you go for the Alright, we're looking to draw another 2 cards. I don't see one yet. That's a Glintnest Crane and a Foundry Inspector. The Glintnest Crane is probably going to be his first priority. It's not going to be reduced in the casting cost. He's still got some other artifacts to play. And he's really looking to dig into something that's going to be heavily cost reduced, like another Metalwork Colossus, or something like a Sky Sovereign. I think the Foundry Inspector is a little bit unnecessary at the moment, and I think that I'd rather dig to just find a spell that will be relevant. Miss TJ hats? Oh, I've still got some hats. Today it's TJ's jackets. Besides, it's getting into the very cold season, so hats are becoming increasingly likely. Now, there is a Kozilek's Return in Taylor's hand. That's not enough individually, unless there's maybe 2 of them. That might be able to take down 2 of them. It looks like we are going to fire off 1 of them. Yes, that is correct, UFO. The Colossi are not expensive. Losing the Sky Sovereign took it, yeah, whichever it is. Looks like a Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot coming down. We're probably gonna, actually, if we haven't played I don't think that we've played our land yet for the turn. And we're gonna take a Foundry Inspector, probably land into the Metalworker's Puzzle Knot, and then a swing for 10, knocking Taylor down to 10, actually, conveniently. So, looks like we might be gaining an energy here. We're going to go up to 1 energy on Logan's side of the battlefield. I think we're hoping for it. And this is enough to actually make it free if he does draw it. It's just a little bit unlikely. And that is not it. He does draw 2 cards off of that. I think he got both of them, but I honestly looked away at that moment. But he's going to swing for 10, and looks like we may have a response, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Just going to put the Wandering Fumarole in front, actually, so just on the life preservation mode, or considering at the moment. Murph, it's good to see you. And it looks like we're instead going to fire off a Kozilek's Return. Are we going to go for a Kozilek's Return into a Harness Lightning? Is this the 4th Harness Lightning? Wow! My goodness, because of all the energy gained for each of these, this is actually going to leave us at 1 energy because you cast the Kozilek's Return, go up to 4 energy. You cast the Harness Lightning, which gives you 3 energy in addition to another 2 energy, I believe, plus, either way, the math worked out. I think. Apparently it did. Anyway, we're going to take that down. And I think we are down to 1 energy. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does work. Either way, I think I missed the previous energy. No vest. I forgot my vest, but I do have my sweet jacket. And of course, everybody, check it out. Now, for the sweet, sweet sub, you get access to this. Which, of course, you've seen it now before I said that, but now I bet it's getting you hyped up. Oh, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Woo. Either way, it's sweet. And the other one that we had actually got denied, but we know exactly why, so we just need to fix the quick thing and then get it back. H-Dog, check out that. Oh, man. Oh, man, those Coal Maniacs, they stack nicely. Wow. Anyone wonder, anyone think that Maelstrom Pole should be back in? Where's the guy with the tie made of lands? Depends on who you mean, because that's actually all of us. It just stays back here. The other one? Ooh. The other one has been long requested. The other one has been long requested. And I can just tell you that I've got a certain friend of mine who will be making an appearance in the booth when it happens. Double Colossi coming down. It's looking good. Reese's, man, it's good to see you. UFO, we don't need some panda emotes. There's nothing about the stream has nothing to do with pandas in general. I don't think we've ever made a panda joke, except now. No, that one's been there forever, Maeve. And Logan's got enough to kill. Doro was the one that you made some time ago. The problem is that we actually forgot to make the background the one that we submitted was we forgot to make the background transparent. And so we need to resubmit it after making it transparent because they rejected it purely on that. But otherwise it's super sweet. Okay. Yes, that is a generic brand beverage. That's generic brand anything. But fair enough, UFO. Account expired? Yeah, he could. He had the Metalworkers Puzzle Knot. He had the he had 2 Cultivators Caravans. He had the Prophetic Prism. He had, I think actually 2 Prisms. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I think that was enough. I think that was it. Okay. Maeve, you're eliminating all the sweet mystery. It's got to be about the hype. We got to surprise people. It's all about the hype. You got to build suspense and mystery. You got to make it. You got to get the people going. You know. The second Cultivator's Caravan was a creature. Ah, account expired. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll keep an eye out for it. I don't think it would have changed the course of that game, but I'll absolutely keep an eye out for that one. Alright. Thank you, account expired. I appreciate that. So we're going to head into a game 2. Logan taking that game 1. Blue-Red Colossus. It's actually, it started off as a blue-black one. Then there was a little bit of pro looking at it, and Logan's just continually been playing with it. He actually really believes that this deck has got a lot of potential, and I kind of see it. It seems like an okay contestant for the Blue-White Flash and the Delirium deck. I think that it's excellent and incredible against the Delirium deck. I'm a little bit unconvinced with it against Blue-White Flash, but honestly I could be very easily convinced because Reflector Mage isn't incredible against it. Yeah. So, I think that there's a lot going on in this deck. I think it's got some potential, and I'd love to see it go forward. If you are just watching for the first time, hello, my name is TJ. We're streaming out of Geek Fortress. This is located in Snohomish, Washington. We do the stream 4 times a week. Standard is a little bit lackluster lately, but we're going to keep it going. I'd rather not cancel one of our streams of the week. It would give me a free night, but I'd rather keep it consistent. I don't know. Realistically, I've been mulling over the idea of cancel it until Aether Revolt comes out, just because of how lackluster Standard is, but we shall see. In the meantime, I'm going to keep it going because I like doing this. It's just a matter of it's not entirely worth going for it if attendance is always rough, which it has been across, I think, the country for Standard. Oh, okay. Zodiac Spirit seemed like a lot of setup for nothing. Wonder how a Whirler Maker would do in the board. Actually, I think... Okay, so I'm behind two ideas here. A Whirler Maker could be kind of sweet, but here's my idea. I think that Handwear Battlements should be in this deck. I think even just a one of Handwear Battlements would be sweet. Giving Colossi haste, or giving some of your... giving your Sky Sovereign haste... I like that thought a lot. I think that card would have a great home here. Replace it with more Legacy? We gotta actually make it an event at the store. Gotta make it an event at the store. So, we shall see. Really, Doob. Nice. Very cool. Does it feel like you're casting lightning bolts? Because that sounds appealing to me. Otherwise, we have a Metal Splinters Puzzle Knot Logan with a deck that does not look incredible, but apparently it's enough for him to go with it. It's a lot of land, and maybe he's assuming that Taylor's deck is slow enough that... Oh, never mind. I see the Glintnest Crane suddenly. Those look a little bit better. Glintnest Crane, maybe into a Foundry Inspector, into possibly the... you start dropping in the Panharmonicon, things like that. Do I like playing draft? I do, and I enjoy drafting. I almost never do it because I'm doing this instead. But I might do the occasional draft once I start streaming MTGO. I'll be doing that soon. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to start streaming some Magic Online. I hope people do enjoy it. Foundry Inspector coming down. Looks like Logan doesn't want to quite use these the cranes yet. And I think his main intent is that he wants to drop in this Panharmonicon, play down 2 of those Glintnest Cranes, and just get the best possible selection. Taylor's having a little bit of trouble with mana, was able to use an unceremonious rejection there. Thank you, account expired. It'll be, you know what? I'm going to do a shameless self-plug here. /Red Baron MTG. That is what I'll be streaming on. Just as a heads up. I'm still waiting for my computer to show up, and I'm... ooh, a Thing in the Ice looks sweet. I like that a lot. But... the big thing is that I might put off the first time that I ever play MTGO until I get like the overlay and everything set up to do the streaming, so that I can actually stream my first time ever logging onto MTGO and figuring that out. Apparently that would be entertaining to some people. So people are convincing me on that one, and I'm fairly sold on it at this point. Awesome, Murph. Thank you. Ooh, that's fast. But thank you, nonetheless. That's really kind of you. So... we do have the Panharmonicon. It's on the battlefield. That Thing in the Ice is somewhat problematic. Tron Beetle, it's great to see you. Things are always good here, and I am having a fun time. We're dropping down a Glintnest Crane. Now, what we might be looking for, the Metalwork Colossus isn't quite where we want to be at yet. Right now, I'm looking for Cultivator's Caravan. I'm looking for... he might take it anyway, but the Hedron Archive is, I think, much more impactful. I would probably take that over the Colossus right now. And while you are putting it on the bottom, that's not super impactful because you do have shuffle effects in that Sanctum of Ugin, and you've got another Glintnest Crane to keep trying to find one. I really agree with that one. We're going to double up again. Cultivator's Caravan looks excellent. I'm taking that. This is excellent. I have a store full of nerds and I ask Murph to make it? Make what? I'm not sure what you mean by make it. I don't know what you're talking about. Murph is sending me a processor. Sora155, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. Murph is sending me a processor that they have, that I bought from them. Murph lives in the East Coast. He's not going to be building me a computer. So, Glint Nest Crane. Technically, you've got the 1/3 beats available to you. Discarding a Chandra, Taylor continue to have this mana problem, and it is going to be rough. The Spatial Contortion probably could have come out in this. I actually think the Spatial Contortion should have come out, but that is okay. Artifact Lands in Modern isn't going to happen. It will certainly not. Almost certainly. And a negate going interesting. So taking down the Hedron Archive, it is going to be a bit of a relevant play there. We don't quite have enough. We're going for the 2 power swing, and right now Taylor's really limited on how fast he can try and get this in. Looks like we're going to try for, this is Cultivator's Caravan coming down next turn, I assume. You're able to pay 3, you get that one, and then you end up having 4 mana for the remainder of that turn, plus you have the Gear Reach Sanitarium, which actually means you have 5 mana. You can play out the other Cultivator's Caravan and still have 3 mana available to you. And then I do see another card in there that he might be able to dig into, and that might be the line of play just to flood that board a little bit. Really looking to get one of these Metalwork Colossi soon. That Gear Reach Sanitarium might be a fairly big portion of that. And looks like the negate is going to take that one down. Taylor gets to take off another counter. The big thing is that he might have some answers to this Thing in the Ice, and bouncing those Glint Nest Cranes would be enough. I'm actually not sure if I want to bounce those Glint Nest Cranes if I'm Taylor, because I get in one swing and I knock Logan down to 12, right? That seems good. But then Logan gets to cast out 2 of these Glint Nest Cranes and dig for any more of these Colossi. But right now, he's actually going to pop this Sanctum of Ugin. He's going to find another Colossi, and while it does flip, even if this Thing in the Ice goes, all the non-creatures stay, which means that the Colossi are going to be dropping down the very next turn, and they are going to significantly outclass this Thing in the Ice. However, we're going for an Elder Deep Fiend from Logan. This is a cool play. So he is actually going to get rid of... He might get rid of the Glint Nest Crane and pay 3 mana to tap down... Oh no, it's a cast ability, so you don't get double ability, but you tap down 4 permanents, you take down the lands, and the Thing in the Ice, if you feel like it. And we're going to sacrifice that. We've got 2 things to get rid of. Just going to free pay that one. Take those down in the upkeep. Then you get to untap and start attacking in. I like this a lot. A lot. Now you've got 10 power on the board. Taylor's going to be going down to 6 next turn. Also, you're going to be dropping down a Colossus. If you just want to sack some of these artifacts, you can just get rid of one of these artifacts and end up paying for it, because you only have to sacrifice 2 artifacts. Maybe you get rid of the Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot, but you don't even have to just yet. Murph, have a good night. And the Scrap Heap Scrounger is going to be a really nice tool for actually reducing that cost. Looks like we are going to... We might play the Glint Nest Crane. Maybe we're just looking for more metalwork. Colossi. I see a Cultivator's Caravan, another Glint Nest Crane. It looks like that Cultivator's Caravan is going to be what we are going for at the moment. Looks like we're doing the Tom Ross special today. I am, it's a cold day here, and so I am, I'm suiting up. And there's the Metalwork Colossus. So, Taylor's not looking like it's getting into too good of a position, unfortunately. Might be able to get in a little bit, but I just don't think there's actually going to be enough. Logan can rebuild way too fast after this board, and the hit for 7 just isn't impactful enough. Taylor would need to have something like the Dynavolt Tower, which could really get that final bit of reach in over the course of this game, and it's just not happening. Scrap Heap Scrounger. Oh, absolutely, Castro. I'm sorry. Absolutely. My bad. Another Metalwork Colossus coming in for free. Looks like we're going to crew up one of these Cultivator's Caravans. This one is going to be a 5/5, and this is a swing for 15. We're going to go to 1. Alright. Well, I didn't, because people complain. See? Point proven. So, true, exactly free, the best kind of free. Anytime I go to the store and if something is exactly free, man, I'll totally buy that. I don't trust anything more than free. Not even close. What do we do if we are Taylor? We don't double Kozilek's return. Oh, okay, just revealing him. It's like that. Killed it. Nice. I dig it. I dig it. Wouldn't even kill anything, unfortunately. So Logan takes down this game in 2. We're going to try and get another feature match up onto the table, so stick with me. We're going to head back up to the booth. Let me know if the music is back on for it. It should be. It may not be, but we'll see. What is Metalworks' converted mana cost on the stack? Its converted mana cost is always 11. However, what you actually pay for it can vary. We'll see you up there. Hello and thank you for joining. My name is TJ, and we're streaming out of Geek Fortress, located in Snohomish, Washington, and I am hanging out with the fantastic lady from the card, Brainstorm. Okay. GMD, that is true, but there was 2 Cultivators Caravans, a Panharmonicon, and a Metal Workers Puzzle Knot, which was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which was enough. And he did that before activating the Cultivator's Caravan, is when he was casting those. But any of the vehicle creatures, when they're not creatures yet, they do still count towards that. Also, there was the Foundry Inspector, which was reducing its cost by 1. So, we're going to see about getting another feature match. Looks like Logan took that one down with those Colossi, which is pretty solid, pretty massive, and pretty good. Hello, Sad LK. It's good to see you. I hope everyone is having a brilliant day. I'll be sending out another email to the subs soon. Seeing lots of those sweet forts next to people's names. It's all good, JMD. It's all good. It's all good. This is a place to learn and have fun and ask questions and get answers. And it looks like I've got a visitor. Hi there, Logan.
Hi, can I jump in with you?
I would love it if you came in and joined me.
Sweet.
How are
I
you?
also have a match. I am good.
So what have you got for me?
Coleman, who's against the wall, is facing Cody, or Cody.
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 It is Cody. Okay.
Cody is playing...
What's Cody's last name? I'm totally spacing.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Hey, Cody. How do you spell your last name?
MARGESY.
Fair enough. Yep.
Okay. He is playing Esper Panharmonicon.
Really?
Yeah. So, I'm imagining Gearhulks and Cloudblazers.
And Coleman?
He's playing my green-white aggro deck.
So this is like the green-white tokens?
Yes.
Okay.
He said to tell everybody that he doesn't know what he's doing, so forewarned. But
He doesn't. But that's actually every time that Coleman plays Magic, so people are used to it.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it really quickly, and it's fun.
Man.
So, yeah.
Alright, so Esper Panharmonicon, go ahead and give me the 10-second breakdown of the deck. Panharmonicon, first included. I expect Eldrazi Displacer to be in.
Probably Displacer. The first cards that come to mind are the aforementioned ones, Cloudblazer and the Gearhulk, specifically the black one.
Ooh, Noxious
Because the black
Gearhulk.
one lets you kill multiple things.
Gain multiple life and compiled with
Uh-huh.
that Eldrazi Displacer could be pretty solid.
Displacer. Thraben Inspector is a possibility, just for like an early random body.
Yeah.
Be a speed bump, and then late game, it gives you 2 clues.
It draws particularly well, so actually I do enjoy that one a lot. It's also somewhat relevant in the late game. I can totally dig that.
Kill spells, counter spells, Declaration in Stone.
I'm not sure.
Stuff like that.
I don't know. With Panharmonicon, I would probably try and reduce my protection on the things that hit it. Sad LK, 50 bits. Thank you so much. That is fantastic, and I genuinely appreciate that. That's awesome. I need to see about changing that, because right now it's set to where you get to pin a post at 100 bits, and I'm still playing around with that number.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you, Sad LK. That's really generous of you.
I like the sound it makes.
You want to get? So is this our kind of pseudo round 2?
Yes.
All right, let's head on down. Let's have some fun, and we'll see everybody there. Rock and roll. All right, and these players are good to go. Let's go ahead and add you in here so that your name shows up.
It's been a while since I've been in here.
It has been a while since you've been in here.
Happy to be here.
Welcome back. I'm doing the Tom Ross look today because it is quite chilly.
It is pretty cold.
So
I don't think the green-white tokens or has that card in it, and so yeah.
The what?
Has the picture? I don't know what to call it. The snapshot
Oh, I
picture?
forgot to. Dang it! I forgot to change that. You're right. You're right.
Put Gideon.
Oh, I was gonna do Angel of Invention.
Oh yeah. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what the green-white tokens aggro deck is, it is basically you're just wanting to curve Thraben Inspector into any relevant 2-drop that's green. I mean, you're
Yeah.
wanting to get a 2-drop whether it's the Looter Scooter or Sylvan Advocate or Servant of the Conduit, and then your turn 3 is Nissa or another 2-drop, and then your turn 4 is Gideon, and then your turn 5 is Angel of Invention or Gear Hulk.
I'm assuming that the mana producer is the best 2-drop.
Yes, because
Okay.
it lets you get a turn 3 Gideon, which
And-
is pretty good.
I mean, Gideon is just bonkers, so
Yeah.
I can totally get behind that.
It's already still relevant.
Concealed Courtyard coming on down for Cody's side of the battlefield, while Coleman just going to swing up the Thraben Inspector for 2 mana. He does have the Verdant Gearhulk in hand,
Mm.
and we've got a Sylvan Advocate, the standard Tarmogoyf, as it's never called.
I call it that.
Cool, perfect.
See, one of
The
one of
Vegigoyf?
Vegigoyf, because yeah. Ha.
Ha.
So one of the benefits at any Panharmonicon deck is its ability to just overwhelm its opponent with card advantage. Like having any one card be a 2-for-1 before it actually like enters combat or gets killed by a removal spell or anything
Sure.
is incredibly powerful. And so with that being the case, Coleman's going to want to end this game as fast as possible.
Because really, like on turn 5 is where Cody starts kind of really starting to drown the board.
Yes. Turn 4 Panharmonicon is incredibly powerful when you follow it up with a Cloud Blazer.
Yep,
An opponent.
absolutely.
Oh, apparently I have a round.
All right, go have fun.
I'll finish my thought real quick, though.
Okay.
What Green White Tokens does really well is it curves out really, like, it's supposed to curve out really well. And a lot of decks, if they don't put pressure on by turn 3, the 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop generates creatures, and then by the time you're casting a 4-drop Gideon, or even a 4-drop Angel of Invention, the buff that it gives all of your creatures is really hard to deal with.
Really good go wide strategy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
So-
go have fun.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, guys. Good to see you all.
Relevant. Hey, Papa Traded, it's good to see you. One relevant thing right now is that Cody is actually lacking the colorless mana to activate this Eldrazi Displacer. However, it is going to be very cool in a deck named Panharmonicon. Avid JW, it is, unfortunately. It's going to be kind of a short night tonight. Standard has been fairly lackluster basically everywhere lately. We're trying to keep it going anyway. As long as I can have feature matches, I'll try and have them. So, I'll go as far as I can tonight. But that's up to the players. And we'll see what we can do for you. I shouldn't say it's up to the players. It's, if we can do it, we will. But I don't want to be unreasonable, I guess. So the 4th mana coming down, that is an Evolving Wilds for Cody. Still not able to grab that colorless source unless he's running Wastes in the deck, which is actually a possibility. This does seem to be... Okay, I see. Blue-White Panharmonicon? I don't think so. So, continue to get aggressive. We don't have the way to really fully block. We're also able to take down that Eldrazi Displacer. The Smuggler's Copter, looking particularly good right now. This is a swing for 5. We're going to go down to 10. And we get a loot for the deal. And a Tireless Tracker is coming down. This is exactly how Coleman wanted to play this game. Cody is looking at a Panharmonicon next turn, but that's not enough. Now Cody doesn't want to cast this because that is a turn that he is spending to not actually build his board. It puts him into this really dangerous position to where if he does nothing and just leaves a 1-2, he's actually dead to a lot of scenarios, especially with Coleman firing off this clue, and most especially because of this Gearhulk, which might be coming down, to where you start crewing with the Thraben Inspector. You play down that Gearhulk. If Cody taps out for a Panharmonicon, you put 5 of those counters onto the Smuggler's Copter. That alone is swinging for the 8, and you will not have enough blockers to stop everything else. So Coleman has got lethal next turn, and now it is on Cody to not die. That's where you are at. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Seth, okay. I don't know. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So, 2 Thraben Inspectors on the battlefield, 1 for each player. Cody lining up that blue mana. It's actually the first blue mana. We're also going to get an Ether Hub, which is going to give us our first energy for this game. Still not a whole lot of pressure to be seen. That Glintnest Crane looks okay. Probably meant to grab both Panharmonicon and Noxious Gearhulk. I also see some more lands, and I think that this is a case in which Cody has just got too many lands, not enough to actually do. Probably cracking... looks like we're going to go for the Glintnest Crane before we crack the clue. Alright, and we're going to take a look at the top 4. Hey, what's up, Alexis Bros? I accept those titles. In your shop in Brazil, you're getting 20 players for Standard? That's awesome. Jay Fultran. That's really cool. I'm quite happy for you. We have got... we've got pretty solid Legacy turnouts, and we've got really good Modern turnouts. Our Standard turnout has just been very lackluster since Kaladesh hit. It's been kind of rough, and I don't know. We've spoken about it before. It's not worth speaking about now. We're focusing on the good parts of Standard tonight, which is right now you get to do some pretty cool stuff. Looks like we've got another Sylvan Advocate in hand. None of that Gideon nor Nissa yet. Alexis Bros, don't you worry about it. You find one that you really like, and I'll keep that. You find one that you really like, and we do get the Nissa. We're gonna start getting these tokens. That ult is we're just gonna go for the let's pump up everything instead. So we're gonna activate the Smuggler's Copter in response to this Nissa minus. Thank you so much. I did forget to reset the timer indeed, but let's go ahead and do that now. Plus, we've now got 4 power in the air, which is going to have to be blocked by this Glintnest Crane. Plus, we've got a 4/3 on the battlefield, which actually we're going to crack another clue. Or firm cracking a clue. We actually have that as a 5/4. Plus, we've got a 3/4 on the battlefield with blocking 2 of these. Hey, Masulo RJ, it's awesome having you. You are a rock star. I look forward to seeing you more. This is not Coleman's deck. He's borrowing it, Lord Red Raven, from Logan, actually. What's the change to Standard? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean. Ooh, we got something up our sleeves? An Essence Flux. That is not what... Bad promos doesn't have anything to do with Standard attendance, I don't think. At least I have never once played Standard for promos. I think it's much more your second point there, but that's okay. There's just no good way to answer any strategies currently. Oh, they did already. They made it to where sets don't rotate nearly as fast. Hi, Grim Lava Man, sir. It's good to see you. We're taking some damage. The Knight's okay. The Knight's good. Low turnout, but we're going to get some 3 rounds, and if I can push it for more, then I will. But we're just going to show some magic, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to see how far we can get, and just try and have some fun tonight. That's the name of the game, as far as we're concerned. A little bit of a low turnout. Standard's been like that lately. But if we can keep it going, then we'll keep it going. And I'd rather not come to the point to where I have to just stop doing the Standard stream until the next rotation, or the next set comes out. But Cody, taking a look at this board, with only a 1/3 on the battlefield, it will take a lot to take this back into Cody's favor. We're talking somehow like a Grasp of Darkness and a Cataclysmic Gearhulk, which isn't even particularly incredible, but that's really where you're looking for even getting close. A Noxious Gearhulk is going to be okay, but you can't actually hit the Smuggler's Copter. Probably going to target the the Tireless Tracker. This is going to gain you a little bit extra life. It's the most bang for your buck. But you could also go for the Sylvan Advocate. Looks like that's actually where we're going to go with it. We're going to gain a little bit of life from that as well. Because and it was the 6 land, so it was actually that 5/6. That's why. Advocate, yeah. There's not going to be okay. Phenomenal. What format do we run on Tuesday nights? Sometimes draft, but not many. Not many. Okay. Ooh. Yep. If Cody gets out that's the colorless mana. Mindless, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. To all the people who are joining, let me know where you're watching from. It is incredible having you here. And just let me know how you found out about the stream. I know that we recently got a little bit of publicity on Reddit where I got, got to have some nice people supporting the stream. Got to have some nice people insulting the stream. And really, it was all kinds of fun. It was the big internet special. A lot of fun to watch. But if you did find us from that, welcome. I hope you do enjoy the stream. Oh, well. So, we do have the... Oh, man, that Virtus Gearhulk is so good. That Virtus Gearhulk is going to be slamming into this board with a vengeance. Looks like we also do have a plant token. That one's not going to be doing too much. Michigan just clicked over from the Magic section of Twitch. Hey, that's awesome. Welcome, Mindless Funk. I hope you are enjoying it. It does look a bit like a Gundam. Nice, but hey, you know what? Hey, that's the way that it is. Not everybody can like everything. I fully recognize that. I'm okay. I would rather have a product that many people like, or I'd rather have a product that some people love and some people hate than one product that everybody likes. That's kind of where I'm at. Is Golden the Star? Did I forget my vest? Fun fact, both, which is why I'm doing the coat. Okay. Tebin, you are not wrong. You are not wrong at all. And thank you, Lord Red Raven. That's pretty kind of you to say. Cody, I mean, if we just keep going Noxious Gearhulk into Noxious Gearhulk into Noxious Gearhulk, it's going to look pretty good. I do not... Hey, Sad okay. I really do appreciate that. That's really kind of you, and I appreciate all of you for coming in, stopping by. You've all been an incredible community to hang out with over time. Todd, you know what? Let's talk tomorrow if you're free. Or do you have to write it today? Let's maybe tonight we can talk a bit and we'll go over some ideas. And we'll see what we can come up with. So Fairgrounds Warden is coming down. In the meantime, how cold is it? It's not nearly cold enough to where anybody who's actually in cold weather is going to make fun of us, but it's maybe in the mid-30s right now. Maybe high 30s at this particular moment, but I think mid. But if anybody does have some ideas for Todd, if anybody has some ideas for Todd, be sure to toss them in. I'm sure he'd be open to hearing what your ideas for a possible article. Maybe we can strike some inspiration for him. And of course, if you don't know who he is, that is Todd Stevens. Going to be playing in the Players' Championship. And pretty fantastic player, pretty awesome person, runs a great stream. It's been a lot of fun getting to know him. And again, he's going to come down immediately ult. We are looking to have a 7/7 Smuggler's Copter now. Plus, we do have this Thraben Inspector. Going to be pretty hard to swing into this board in a very resolute way. The really big thing here is that this is now a 6/7 Sylvan Advocate. And that is significant. Because now any block is actually going to start. Things are going to have to die. You can double block with the Fairgrounds Warden and the Noxious Gearhulk, but that's not going to go well for you. Plus, you're still taking 7 in that event. So Cody is going to be going down to 7. You can also just block with the Fairgrounds Warden, but that's not very proactive. It's not putting yourself in that position of winning. But looks like we are going to go for the... Ooh, looks like maybe just the chump block. Double... we'll see. I think this is the double block. Alright, and we are going to prioritize the Fairgrounds Warden to get back the Tireless Tracker. So we'd rather have that. We also do have 7 in the air, which is a good reason why. Now anytime that we play out these lands, we can start bashing it for a pretty significant amount of damage. Scar Satsuma, I don't believe so. Hi, Dylan.
I got nothing going on.
Hey, that's okay. How's it going?
I got nothing going on.
Cool. We've got Coleman. He's got the green-white token stack. He's going up against Esper Panharmonicon. It sounds like some more people came in. Any chance of getting like a little bit more after the third match?
Probably. Coleman hijacked this one, so.
I mean, I'm hoping for doing as many rounds of like feature matches as possible. That's
See
where I'm
until
at.
people want to be done playing.
Yeah.
That person say -9 degrees. What? Gross.
USMNT, you stay warm, okay?
Yeah, seriously.
Stay safe.
Keep that heater on. Yeah, this looks pretty tough.
This is Dylan, everybody. He's the Stormer who lets us do this.
Hey,
This whole thing is possible because of him. So he gets big ups.
well, not the whole thing.
We could not do this without you.
I mean,
That's you can't contest it. You can't.
you can still do it. It'd just be weird just setting this thing up in Subway or wherever that you got
Generic
it.
brand Subway.
Yeah, generic anywhere that has tables and chairs and whatnot. So
When did that emote happen? Today. That is as of today. And it's
Oh,
probably the most
God.
convincing reason to sub yet. Wouldn't you agree? G Lavamancer clearly agrees. Goes with the sub. Thank you so much for the support. That is awesome. You are a rock star. We appreciate you.
welcome, dude.
You're cool because your legacy proxy rules are cool. That was you. That was your idea.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's worked out really well.
It's been catching on in a lot of other
We've
places.
had, oh, good. It should. I mean, like, I think allowing proxies for legacies and unsanctioned events are solid. So
Thank you so much for the sub. That is really awesome. That is getting us on
Plus,
our way. That's
like
one
the
of our
name,
hopeful 5 for the day.
Lavamancer, that's a good card.
Oh, I know. It's
You know. You know.
Said okay. He posts every Wednesday to Star City.
Who does what? I missed that. If you had pandas, pandas are pretty adorable.
All right, so we have got the Gonti, Lord of Luxury, coming down. Of all things.
Yeah, that's not very panharmonicon-y, but that's how it goes.
Said okay. Thanks for the cheers. That's awesome.
Someone
Cheers.
cheers.
Are micro donations. Each cheer represents 1 cent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'd cheer all the time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I can't cheer right now, though.
I
There's a
appreciate
lot
that.
going
You
on
love
in this
Minty.
game.
Right? The Noxious Gearhulk is actually doing a pretty good job of defending right now. It's invalidated a lot of what Coleman has been trying to do. However, this Smuggler's Copter
Is going to kill him.
I mean, Cody very likely doesn't have an answer unless he's got something free.
He's tapped out with no flyers. I smell.
You smell a victory.
Coleman smells blood. He's sitting there thinking. He's like, what should I do? Oh, and the crew and
He's got a Gideon emblem, which is why he's
game
able
one.
to do that.
yeah.
And that
game
is that was game 1. So it's time to dive into a game 2. What has an ETB?
I don't know. I missed it.
Okay. Gonti. Gonti is super sweet. It was a rough day for the Seahawks.
We don't talk about it. Move on. Next question. Still gonna win the division. Still gonna make playoffs. That happens. Can't win them all.
Probably, almost certainly.
Like,
It would take a pretty big.
the only way the Seahawks don't make the playoffs is if they lose out.
Yep.
And the Cardinals win out.
And they're
Which will
playing
not
against the
And
Cardinals.
they play the Cardinals. Yeah.
And they're
If
probably
the
going to win.
Seahawks win this Thursday when they play, the division's theirs. That's done.
Yep.
And
The
Ooh, yeah.
the warden
Mancer talked about
is mainboard.
Who is mainboard?
The warden, the fairgrounds warden.
Yeah, Cody has been working on this deck for a little while, so he's still in like that. I'm testing things out to see if they work phase.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been trying different things, trying to see what works and what doesn't. So
Okay, so the Sounders, yeah, and give us them. It's good to see you, but the Sounders did pretty good recently.
Yep, they won first MLS Cup. I was excited about that. We watched it here, had it on all the TVs.
We could hear when they won, actually.
Yep. Yep, Saints fan. Oh,
Hey, you've got the right team for it, Tevin.
Yep.
My team is currently in the race for it. Are you laughing at my joke?
Took me a second. I'm sorry. It's very true. Jeff Fisher game planned for the Seahawks for his entire career. That's why they always lost to the Rams, and then the Rams would always not even going to get 7-9 this year.
Right. You're excited for Modern Wednesday?
So am I.
Am I.
Yeah, I can see that. I got modern decks now. Got my plan.
Right.
I'm thinking about building a modern deck. I just came into some Tarmogoyfs, and I've always liked Jund. Built it a while ago.
Jund is so much
Took
fun.
it apart because it's crazy expensive, and then kind of want to play it again. I enjoy it. I enjoy the big Jund. I enjoy the Dark Confidant-less Jund.
Oh,
that's what I like talking.
Like diving straight up into actual 5-drops and stuff, and like
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, like Huntmasters and what is that? Olivia, maybe. Maybe playing the new Liliana in there. Grimflare.
just going deep.
There's a lot of cool stuff. Stuff.
Stormbreath Dragon?
Yeah, I'd love to play Stormbreath Dragon.
Nice. Love it. Love it.
Because Esper doesn't have Bolt. Maeve. I mean, that's one of the many reasons. But
I could not agree more.
I figured that would probably get the best response.
I could not agree more, Dylan.
It's true. What's Bobby Jund?
Also because Jund is Jund. Like, you don't Esper him out, you Jund him out.
It's true. Espering him out's more like playing some Lingering Souls and just kind of going with that.
Right?
Yeah. I like it. I like the new Liliana. Alright, let's talk. Let's talk standard, though.
So,
Modern's good.
Thraben Inspector coming down, really one of the best turn 1 plays.
Getting
Coleman's
that
going to
clue.
be trying to go into probably the Cultivator. Or what's the name of the one? The Mana Dork. But the 2-mana one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Otherwise, Cody's going to crack this Evolving Wilds just for basic planes. This is a 3-color deck, so I can't feel too great.
Well, you could also have you got those fast lands now? You play the Evolving
True.
Wilds first, because if you don't have a turn 1 play, you
But
want
the
to have
blue-black doesn't exist in this. The blue-black one was actually from Scars.
Black-white only? Yeah, that's tough.
Black-white is the big one that's actually in here. Glad we got some Panharmonicon. Oh yeah, that card's sweet.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, turn 2, 3. Oh. And that was a pass.
Hey, Thraben fight. Whoa, no.
Yeah, he kept a 1-lander.
That's super risky.
Well,
On the play, too.
Yeah.
That was...
I think Cody's going to have a learning experience here.
I mean, at this point, it's a fight between 2 detective agencies, I guess. What is our usual turnout for Modern? 24 to 26?
Yeah. It's hardly ever under 20. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think our average is probably at like 24, maybe 25.
We had 26 on last Saturday and 20, I think it was like 23 or 22 on Wednesday, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing, I don't know. Like, I was talking with some people online. It's like Standard seems very in a weird place right now. It just kind of try to get it going.
Yep. David, we did get the other one declined because the background wasn't transparent. So I guess we'll just try and resubmit that one shortly once we make that switch. But thanks for stopping by, David.
Cole, the answer to that one is because Cody is a madman. He's a
Look at this mad lad.
He's a oh man, that Gideon's so good.
Gideon is insane.
So that Thraben Inspector fight's gonna be a little bit more difficult when his 2/2s beat the 1/1s.
Effing phenomenal. I would love that. That sounds sweet. We have commented on Frontier plenty. We don't need to now.
Commented on it?
I mean, like, I have given my thoughts on the
Oh.
format. We are unlikely to be playing it here unless the players go for it.
Yeah.
We won't be pushing it.
Oh, we got a dead weight.
A deadweight on the token of all things has got to feel awful.
Yeah, there's not.
Using a card for 0 is just bad.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, I think it was at the point he just had to discard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he was at.
Todd, I as much as I hate it, I do actually disagree with you. I don't think that is the problem. The uncommons and the commons are still played. I think the problem is that there's no way.
Oh gosh, that card's so good. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Angel of Invention is crazy. I think it's just that there's no way. It used to be that once you found the best strategy, then everybody you would maybe play it and maybe not, because everybody would be then hating out your deck because it's the best deck. That's just how it used to be.
Yeah.
That is no longer the case. You have no way to actively attack the best decks because they don't print valuable hate cards anymore.
Is Gideon number 1 now?
Gideon has been number 1 forever.
Oh man.
Gideon's
really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're...
Detective Fight. Looks like we're getting an attack in for 2
Yeah,
and he might double block.
Cody's kind of trying to do some math and figure out that he can't double block to kill one because they're 2/3s.
Yes.
And he could single block, but then he'll just lose everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Cody is learning, like I said, he's down to 10 already. He's learning that one-landers are not good.
One-landers are not good.
One-lander evolving wilds are
Gideon
even
is
worse.
good.
And Gideon is good.
Deadweight is not great against 2/2 tokens.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Could be a little bit of both.
Clever, Doro. I dig it.
There. I've commented a lot on the fact that when people say that there's only one type of or only 2 decks that are winning, it's like sure, but when you play in weekly events,
Mm-hmm.
there are plenty of people that do actually brew. I mean, Cody's brewing right now. The unfortunate side is
so
we're
is
seeing
Coleman. I mean, everyone most of the people out there.
I'm saying right now we see unfortunately what a net deck versus a brew can sometimes look like.
And even this green-white tokens deck is actually not even really close to a net deck in the conventional thing. This is closer to a deck that was popular about 6 years ago.
You're back.
Cool. But it's not a very popular deck right now. Fair enough, David Bradbury. So, we're going to put counters across the board, representing the +1/+1 counters with the white dice and the loyalty counters with the black dice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to hate too much. I don't want to focus on the negative standard. It happens. It does. And I'd rather focus on just the good stuff about it. Okay. Effing phenomenal. Ravnica Theros was my favorite standard season. And I know that a lot of people didn't, but Born of the Gods, Journey into Nyx was just awesome. Okay. Spray, I couldn't tell you. I don't really dive into the finance aspect of things. I'm not an authority on it. I would hate to steer you wrong. And Cody's going to pick him up. Coleman takes this one in 2. 1 land for a long time, 2 lands for a long time. Just did not go the right way. But yeah, that Boros Burn is what made me love Red Deck Wins. Actually, the Red Deck Wins, that was the Devotion deck that had topped out at Fanatic of Mogus, where you would go turn 1, Unleashed Rakdos Cackler into turn 2, Burning Tree Emissary into Fire Fist Striker. Okay. Frosty the Giant chat is always family friendly. Doesn't matter if it's quoting or not. Those are the rules. Alright, let's head on up to the booth and let's see what else we can find for you. Hello, and thank you for joining. It's awesome having you all. My name's TJ Restrigman out of Geek Fortress, located in Snohomish, Washington. You're watching from wherever you are, and I hope that you are enjoying it. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that follow button and join us more in the future. We do the stream 4 times a week. It's all kinds of sweet and awesome. I really love doing this, and I hope to do it more in the future. Recently been having a lot of fun and some successes with it. We had that Legacy GPT over the weekend. It's been excellent. It's been a lot of fun. So, thank you to everybody who has been a part of that, and I look forward to doing more cool stuff with you in the future. And of course, some special thanks tonight to G Lavamancer for the sub. Gotta dig it. And already G Lavamancer is happily casting some bolts in the chat. Okay. Alexis Bros, I quite loved it. I was on Boros Burn and crushing Mono Black. It was sweet. I fully understand that people didn't like that standard season. I get that. That's just where I had fun. I get it. I know that a lot of people didn't like Thoughtseize. I know that people didn't like Packrat. I know that people didn't like Sphinx's Rev. Sure, there's a lot of things that... every format. I just personally had a ton of fun with that format. That's kind of where I'm at. So, I'm not going to say that that format was perfect. I'm going to say that it was fun. So, we're going to try and get another feature match up on that table. So, stick with me in the meantime. If you do have any questions, any comments, any feedback, let's just have a conversation. If there's anything that you want to try having a conversation with, I'd always love to do that. A lava man can dream. Man. You want to crew one Smuggler's Copter and use a copter to crew Heart of Kirin? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Veg, that I've played it a little bit since then. I did a little bit, I did some game days, and I did a little bit of competing for like a GP, and I've tossed together some red deck wins here and there, but absolutely Boros Burn in Journey to Nyx was just some of the most fun that I've ever like had in Standard. That was just good times for me. A Giga Lavamancer that throws bolts. Ooh. Alexis Bros, so what makes Standard fun? Seems it's just different for every person. That is a big question, Alexis Bros. What makes Standard fun? What a big question. Wow. I was not really expecting that to be as difficult to answer as I thought. What makes Magic fun? For me... Oppressive combos and reanimation. Yeah. Tebin, I believe you. I believe you. I don't... Because you can do that in any other format. It's what makes the Standard itself. Hey, Saddle K, thank you so much for the cheer. Have some fun. I guess what makes Standard fun for me is that you get to discover the power of new cards. Maybe that's it for me. It's almost like this battleground for new cards where they have to prove their worth. That's mindless. I completely agree with that, but the problem is that it's still making it... Yeah, I do completely agree. Ooh, nice. Thanks, Doro, for the cheers. I like these cheers. They're fun. They have little triangles in the chat, and they're kind of exciting, and they make me feel good. Man, I like it. I like it. Woo. Let's see. Standard fun because of popular common decks to change?
They're on Game 3.
Oh, no. People don't change that decks that often in Standard anyway. Who's on Game 3?
People are on Game 3.
Oh, okay. So we should have another round soon. We're talking about... Someone asked a particularly big question.
Oh, God. Alright, I'm leaving.
What makes Standard fun?
It should be the brewing and constant changing of it, I would say. I mean, like, what's a good way to put it? Like, in the other formats, you just kind of build a deck and you're done.
Yep.
You know, maybe some card comes out, like, in recent, years, what's, like, one of the bigger ones that come out, some of the commands and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh, cool, I got one new card for my deck I've had for 4 years. Like, Standard is, constantly changing and should always be, like, where people can really have fun and brew. And it should be cheaper, which it is now, and it wasn't a while ago, so... I mean, yeah, Gideon's kind of expensive, but I mean, like, the number one card's a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
It's going to be not cheap.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as it was previously, but I think that you've got a fine point there. I think someone else mentioned a big part of it, which is that in Standard, power level is always relative, so you get to use these cards, which are, like
right.
Woodweaver's Puzzle. I think for me, it was the idea that Standard acts as this sort of training grounds where you get to see how the newest cards work and how their environment happens and all that stuff. So this is the cheapest.
It's got to be the most cheapest standard ever.
Absolutely,
I mean,
think
like how expensive is a red-green energy deck, an aggro deck? Like
$100.
Yeah, I was gonna say $100,
Maybe 80.
Yeah.
I could see 80 to 100.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless you're jamming out, like, the 4 Gideon, 4 Lily on a black-white control deck with Avacyn and whatnot, like, if you're going out of your way to buy the most expensive cards, then Standard's going to be expensive. But,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, Standard has been expensive in the past. I mean, what was Voice of Resurgence? $50, and it never went down, and that card is nuts. The only thing right now, I think there's just not enough answers. Hero's Downfall, surprisingly, was a card that kept Standard in check.
And I think that's exactly it.
funny.
Hero's Downfall was an efficient answer to Gideon. Or it was an efficient, I guess, not
pretty
Gideon
much
at
just
the
any
time.
Planeswalkers in general.
Yes.
Planeswalkers and creatures, 3 mana instant speed kill. It was like, oh cool, Dreadbore became instant speed for 1 less color but 1 more mana. Like, perfect.
That and it's almost interesting to where they were taking more chances on more cards.
Yeah.
To where it used to be the idea that there were multiple powerful cards. And sometimes that led to a problem, but at least the problem was that you had Restoration Angel and Thragtusk and Hellrider and
There was a lot of
Lingering
different decks
Souls
back then.
and
The Innistrad Ravnica standard was when I started getting back into Magic many, many years ago. Man, that was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
And then if you want to jump into like the RTR Theros, which I'm more familiar with, in black you had Thoughtseize, and you had a Desecration Demon at the time, and you had Gary. And then you in red you had Young
And you had
Pyromancer,
board
in
wipes,
white
and there
you
was
had
actual
Sphinx's red,
yeah.
and in the blue. Like you had, so at least you weren't pushing 3 cards, you were pushing 10 of them, and they would all kind of interact with each other. And then there was also those, if the meta got so bad,
Very expensive.
then you start running. Do you remember, like, Peak Eruption was a played card when red became good, and then it was completely unplayable when red became bad. And
there was even answers to Voice back then, because what did you have? Pillar of Flame? Like, Voice was a $50 card, but there was a card that got rid of it. Like,
there was a card that answered it very efficiently.
Yeah, and it's just kind of disappointing right now. Standard's been very lackluster, and maybe when 8th Revolt comes out, we'll see what comes out.
There are no good answers to Gideon.
Right.
That are also playable. Every answer that currently exists and is playable, you are far behind. Right now, the best answer is a veteran motorist on a smuggler's copter.
Yeah, there's no.
That is the best answer, and that's not even a great one.
Planeswalkers are pretty good right now when you don't have any spell that just kills the Planeswalker.
The other best one is an Avacyn, but then you're a turn behind it, at best.
Yeah.
So that's
like if you're on the play, but still they go turn 4 Gideon, you go turn 5 pass, so you can flash in a Gideon or a Avacyn next turn.
Yep. So that's just where I'm at. Even if heroes are bad, or even if the answers are bad, you just need them. You need them for when things get bad.
To the Slaughter should have just been a little better.
Sure.
I mean, what it makes it targets the player and makes them slack, right? With Delirium, exactly. Like
they hit a creature and a planeswalker.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. But to the Slaughter with Delirium, it's almost never going to be on the same curve, or if it is, it means that they've been busy doing a bunch of stuff, and you've dedicated your entire board into casting a To the Slaughter on turn 4.
If you're able to curve out and get Delirium and have To the Slaughter in hand, and they cast the Gideon, I mean that's pretty good. But is that going to happen?
There's no face burn that kills a Gideon right away.
No. That was the other thing. What was we just Stoke the Flames? Stoke the Flames would be pretty good right now.
Stoke would be sweet.
It'd be like
Consuming Sinkhole is not playable.
It's a great name though.
It's a good name.
I love Sinkhole's such a good card.
Yep.
Who wants to play?
Anna, do you want to go grab someone by the cuff and toss them over?
I'm just gonna go ask him to play.
Oh, that's way better. That's way better. Flamelash. Oh yeah, Flamelash is technically standard legal, isn't it? Who knew? Who knew? Hero's Downfall is an instant? That's fine. Torrential Gearhulk in that is sweet. Mike Simon, dude, thank you so much for the follow. It's awesome having you. You are a rock star. I look forward to seeing you more in the future. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great. Like, it's really awesome having you. Let us know where you're watching from. Did you find us just from browsing the... Yep. No, the problem isn't, like, it's not that Gideon is a problem. It's that there's no way to answer him. Like there's lots of things. It's just the easiest example at the moment. Sure, Emrakul is a problem too. Emrakul is absolutely a problem. Okay. Huh. Yep. Alright. Hey, thank you so much, Mike Simon, dude. Just browsing. Well, I appreciate it. It looks like we are doing okay. What did they ban Vest of Nacency? I think they're going to be too cautious. I don't think that they're going to ban anything out of Standard. Whether or not they should is its own conversation, but I don't think that they will. I think that... Yeah. I think that they do everything in their power for it. I do apologize to everybody for looking like a pirate. That's awesome. Yep. Either way, I'm pretty excited. Thank you to everybody who is joining us and having a good time and rocking out and rocking and rolling and just being amazing. There's over 100 of you, and I do want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. It is my sincere pleasure to be able to do this with all of you so consistently and so often. It's just a blast. It's something that I love doing, and I can't wait to do it in the future. To the 142 subscribers right now, we're 8 away from 150 again. But to all 142 subscribers, thank you so much for your support. To the 5,041 followers, thank you so much. I never thought that we'd get there. And every time that I say that, you continue to exceed everything. So that's incredible as well. And you all continue to blow me away with your generosity and your kindness and your willingness. So it's awesome having you all here. We should be getting another match up pretty shortly. Dylan is out there working on it to move some people over. We'll get some more Standard going, and we'll keep playing. And here's Dylan now.
Hey,
What you got for me?
talking Magic. Magic the Gathering.
Exactly.
We like to gather Magic cards.
And it looks
I
like
just got a bunch of new cards in case anyone's curious.
Osalatin or Akalati. I'm not sure which one, but thank you so much for the sub.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. You are number 143.
Oh, wait. He's 143?
Yeah.
You know what that used to be?
I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I actually had a pager for it was like 9th grade. Well, hello, Tactical Ace.
Tactical Ace 11. Thank you so much.
What
Blink
makes you so tactical?
437. Thanks so much. I mean, I'm the Red Baron.
What makes you a Baron?
Thank you so much. Me? It's because
That doesn't matter.
I have a
I got
legal name.
I got a bunch of new cards in if anyone wants to go see.
Check out GeekFortressGames.com to check out the inventory.
Sorry, I gotta tell you who you're playing.
Yeah,
Who's playing.
I was looking forward to that.
Taylor is on the wall playing his deck. Do you remember what it is? I forgot. Oh, it's blue-red spells, he called it.
Taylor Stutzman? No.
Taylor, how do you spell your last name again? M-E-T? Z?
Metzger.
Yeah.
Metzger.
That was a tough one. Thanks, buddy. Someone come and find you again.
Okay.
Okay. Alex, S-T-E-R-N. He's playing Blue White Flash.
S-T-E-R-N?
Yep, Stern.
And he's playing Blue White Flash?
Blue White Flash. Do you have the Tron lands listed online? No, but I will put them on there if you want some.
Uh,
Black bordered, white bordered. I have all of them. There are just a lot of them.
Dylan is more of a black mage than a blue mage.
True. I do like black.
Yep. Alright, so blue-red spells versus blue-white flash.
Mm-hmm.
That actually looks like a fairly interesting matchup. Blue-white flash not able to line up against a whole lot of those cards because there's not many creatures. Plus, all those kill spells might end up being fairly relevant. So, I don't know. Blue-red spells might have some bit of an edge here.
Yep.
Let's check it out. Let's head on down. Have some fun. We'll see you there. And we've got
He went turn 1. Yeah. All right.
2 lands to kick it off, and Alex went with a turn 1 Thraben Inspector. How many Blood Moons do you have in stock right now?
4. Dark, 9th, 2 Modern Masters.
I will sign them all. I won't.
I don't recommend it.
Mostly bolts.
Yeah, bolts are fun.
Only when people request it, I'll sign
of
bolts.
So we went we went land pass, and then he played a
It was
Thraben.
2 lands pass, and I think
lands
we've
pass.
actually missed our 3rd land drop.
No, I think he's playing a second land and attacking. So now this should be turn 3.
Oh, you're right. Alex was on the
There
play.
we go.
That's my
Turn
bad.
3. Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. All right.
Could you ask them to keep their dice on the X's?
Oh man, you guys are killing me.
Well, we can't actually see.
Hey guys, put the dice on the X's so we can actually see it. The dice on the X's. That's what the X's are for, so we can see it. Thank you.
Cool. Is it actually cold here? Decently.
It's a little cold. Yeah, it
it's-
snowed a couple days ago, and it's a comfy jacket.
I'm doing the Tom Ross thing.
I'm wearing a zip up. I ain't freezing, but it's comfy. I've been comfortable. Got the beanie on. It's not because like my head is cold. It's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Go Hawks. All right, so we got a negate on a copter. That was probably a pretty good play. So,
Yeah.
I didn't watch this first time. Is this more like of a control deck? Seems like.
Yes, the blue-red spells acts a lot as a control deck. A lot of Harness Lightning, a lot of Kozilek's Return, a lot of negates. Pretty heavy counterspell package. And what it's really trying to do is either cast out the Dynavolt Tower or the Thing in the Ice
Mm-hmm.
to start grinding this one out. You'd be surprised, Toiler. And yes, there is a new emoji. Or emote, I suppose, is the
I was
actual.
gonna. What? Someone said something earlier. I wanted to address it, but now I forgot what it was.
If blue is your favorite color?
No.
Because you're a black mage, right?
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Apologies.
That's okay.
Oh, I just missed a spell queller on something.
The spell queller does look pretty good there.
I don't. What did it spell quell though? We missed it. We missed it.
I can't quite tell what that is.
Me neither. I'm
It
assuming.
was a 1 mana spell, so not something particularly.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no, that's a Glimmer of Genius.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I really like it taking down the Glimmer of Genius.
Yep.
That card's
card's
phenomenal.
Card's very popular right now. That's for sure.
Instant speed, scry 2, draw 2, get some energy.
Yeah, especially in a deck like this one that clearly is working off of energy. A blue deck likes to draw and scry.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a pretty timely spell queller, and he's hitting all those land. Oh man, look at those land
Yeah,
drops.
Alex is looking really good in this
Yeah, he
matchup
is.
right now. And this is such a small
1,
incremental
2, 3,
gain.
4, 5.
Avacyn.
Oh.
Yep.
Man, not even.
Never
not
trust
even
5
a,
open white mana.
Not even a second's hesitation.
Never trust 5 open white mana.
And it's too bad too because now that
That Torrential Gearhulk wasn't able to even get any value.
not even get anything. That's disappointing. That Gearhulk just blocked 1 damage. That's what that did.
6 mana, prevented damage.
Prevent the damage.
Got him.
You get a 5/6 body though. That's pretty good.
Sliphorn, I don't know what all the decks are. Oh, Sliphorn, it's been a while since you've joined us. Welcome back.
I remembered. Someone asked about the the tokens list. It is Logan's deck, who was on earlier. We can ask him if he wants to put it online because that was his deck that Coleman was playing. He's never played it before, so
Yeah.
All right, so we got a Kozilek's Return,
Yep.
killing one thing.
In general, I can't promise deck lists anymore. We did it for a long time. I honestly don't have the time for it anymore. It's super unfortunate.
I'll talk to Logan. I'll see if he's got it. Oh, Stasis Snare. This guy's got everything right now. Yeah, Taylor's just kind of like throwing his hands up like, ooh. What is...
I love that. It's just a bolting Grim Lavamancer.
Seems pretty good.
Yep.
You know what's better than 2 damage? 3 damage.
Alright, so it looks like we're just going to get in a little bit more damage. We do have a Stasis Snare, which is taken down.
And I think Taylor is spreading those lands out because that seems to be all he wants to draw today.
You know what? At least it's a bigger board state.
Yeah.
He's got more things on the board, and that's an important
Harness
factor.
Lightning. That's that'll slow
It's
things down.
3 turns instead of 1.
Yep. Yeah, that'll definitely slow things down.
That might be all that you need.
But yeah, going back to that, I'll see if Logan wants to go on to sending me a deck list. I'll copy and paste it and put it on the tapped out thing that we have. I'll do that.
You are bold for making these promises.
I will do it. I promise. People want a deck list?
Every co-host promises it, and then they find out how much time it takes.
Yeah, but I got a little bit more writing on it. It's a copy paste. I'll copy paste. I ain't gonna type the whole thing out. I'll just copy paste. I'll make Logan do it.
How did the Inspector die and not trigger Avacyn? Mistrigger, possibly.
No, Avacyn's not on the field. Here she is.
There is an Avacyn up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Inspector died after Avacyn died.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened. And then another Avacyn came down, and we were
No, I think there was one that ended up being a Mistrigger, but we don't hit Mistriggers from up here. We only do illegal. The 3-1 Inspector died while he had the previous Avacyn up.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, that's why he was just swinging with only the Spell Queller and the Avacyn. But
that was actually kind of.
but they didn't grab that
It
trigger.
didn't matter.
It was not super
Because I think
duper relevant.
It would have killed the spell queller,
It would have killed the spell queller.
which
That
would have made
was
the spell resolve. Hey, when you killed that 3-beam inspector,
I missed the trigger.
you did miss the Avacyn.
Yeah.
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 That might have been relevant.
I mean, miss triggers,
Your
miss trigger.
spell queller would have died. And it would have given him the instant. I'm just letting him know.
I know.
I'm just talking to him.
I know.
I'm just curious.
You're-
I, was like,
No, yeah.
I just like talking to people.
I know. Talk to these people.
They're
out there.
I thought that's what your job is. That's not your job. I'm talking to them.
Thank you, Smurfykins. I appreciate that. I like this. I like this jacket as well. I'm a big fan. Dylan's is nice too.
Yeah.
I thought the K return was a sweet move to kill the Inspector, flip Avacyn, get the Glimmer. I could not tell you for certain, but it looks like Taylor
think
may
it-
have just missed the trigger.
Yeah.
See? G Lavamancer wants to talk to you.
I think he's talking to you.
Nah, G and Lavamancer and I talk all the time. Come on, with a name like that, we're basically besties.
Yeah, no, I just follow each other online.
I think so. Actually.
What did you say?
Okay,
I just asked them.
Yeah.
I just told them that they missed it, and they were like, "Yep, oh, we missed it." And they were like, "Oops," and I was like,
Okay.
oops, indeed."
It was a good line. It was a good line. So, heading into game 2, Alex takes game 1 with the spells deck. Looks pretty solid while doing it too. He doesn't
Yeah.
gain a poison. He in fact gains a game win. Look at me using the right buttons. You
Oh,
haven't
getting a
seen. You
poison
haven't
would be
gotten
really
to see
tough.
like this full new overlay, have you?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
But I guess from the other end, right?
I mean, all right, tell me about it.
I mean,
I see it all the time because I come in here and you leave it up, and I look at it.
oh, okay.
It
then
looks
that's-
great. I'm
Okay.
like, "Oh, cool! Look at this!" And I click buttons and stuff, and I like clicking buttons.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You're ambitious.
I like clicking buttons.
Yes,
You
you
type
do.
in the I like the Avacyn up there, and you find the card, and then it puts it in there.
You have
That
been
is
known
cool.
to push buttons.
True. That is.
You can pick up the whole 75 for $65. Okay, so that's
There
that's
you
still
go.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, what's the? I mean, yeah, it's insane. Like, I just standard is. I thought it's such a good place. I'm just disappointed. Disappointed. I would play standard right now. I just, unfortunately, the deck that I want to play is expensive because I like Avacyn. Actually, Black Green Delirium was what I was playing until the cards that I purchased.
Yep. Hey, Aaron. Aaron, 2007.
Aaron?
Aaron Balake.
Yeah, 2007.
Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. You are a rock star, and I look forward to seeing you more in the future. Let us know where you are watching from. Also, Ninewalker. Hello.
Who's that?
Ninewalker?
Is that Aaron?
No,
Someone else?
that's two different people.
Oh, cool. What's
Yeah.
his symbol mean?
That green one?
Yeah.
They
Cheer?
They cheered over 1,000 bits.
What?
Yeah,
Does that mean?
that's $10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, how do you think he got the deck in the first place, K Markey?
It's true. Can't or shouldn't. That's what I like to say.
Minnesota. Fair enough.
Do I like his sleeves? What's his sleeves?
He's shuffling right now.
I can't see now. I want to know.
Ooh, it's such a mystery right now.
It's killing me. What are his sleeves?
I bet they're shirt sleeves. They're long sleeves. They're long sleeves.
He's wearing long sleeves. That's true. He's wearing a zip up just like I am.
Big fan of long sleeves. Yeah, absolutely. Loved you to bits. Oh, I can dig that. Doro.
Avacyn sleeves. Those are nice looking. I think he bought him here actually, so I like him even more. Plus, I like the artwork. Avacyn, that's a great artwork on her.
Right. Thank you so much for the cheers, Doro. That is quite kind of you.
I need to cheer more often. How do I cheer?
You have to get bits, and then you cheer with the bits.
How do I get bits?
I have no idea.
All right, I want to figure that out.
Yep. What?
We figured out his sleeves. His sleeves were Avacyn sleeves. Shocking, he's playing Avacyn.
They have a
Fun-
delay. That's why they didn't.
No, I know, that's fine. I realized that. I was confirming that those sleeves,
Are
yeah. Ooh,
as
man.
Oliver 2 would put it, lit.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Ooh, a
That's
thing
okay.
in the ice. So this is interesting. Because
Thing in the Ice is sweet.
it is sweet. You get a turn 2 thing in the ice, and this is red blue spells.
Control Alt Delete. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. Big thing here, however, is that actually, you know what? Do you even think that the Reflector Mage is in this game post board? after seeing almost no creatures except for a Torrential Gearhulk.
I would probably say not. I mean, like, you're playing against a deck that's primarily spells.
Mm-hmm.
The one card that you could think that you could take out. A Dragon Master Outcast. Okay.
Not what I was expecting in this matchup.
We have landed.
Dragon Master Outcast is from original Zendikar as well.
And we got a Thalia, foiled Thalia.
And
Very nice.
I'm a little bit surprised to see him casting the Dragon Master Outcast this early. Because
Yeah.
normally it's something you drop down kind of on that 6th or for
Right.
that, you know?
But, I mean, I guess maybe he's playing against the deck. He saw an opportunity. Maybe there's not a lot of removal, you
Yeah.
know, in the...
The Harness Lightning looks pretty good against that Thalia.
Yeah.
Because, man, that card is so brutal. You do want to fire this off main phase.
Where he plays the non-basic land solid.
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely you want to get rid of... Oh,
Doesn't
we
look
just
like
had a
going for
pass.
it, and this is kind of the situation where you can forget this one. Against a deck that is running that Spell Queller, it becomes very similar to another formats where you've had to play around counterspells, where when they're tapped out, that's actually the most opportune time to start utilizing that removal spells, because, you know, firing off a Harness Lightning right here is not going to feel good. You're going to end up actually taking 4 for the whole thing. Or you just take the 1. Maybe going to go for this at the end step, which would be a pretty interesting move. Or you're going to wait for another main phase. I don't know, a lot of patience being shown by Taylor.
Does he have
Maybe
Harness
just
Lightning
waiting.
in his hand?
Maybe waiting to fire off a Kozilek's Return.
And... Spell Queller. Man,
Sure.
Alex just doesn't even...
Yeah, but now you've got the Harness Lightning in hand. You can take that out, get back the Dynavolt Tower. Maybe, and then you start grinding forward that way. Glimmer is
Alex
also
is
pretty good. And
slamming.
Gideon's insane.
Is Gideon good? Are we
Gideon's-
determined of this?
Gideon is D's plus. We're also almost to the 6th land for Taylor, notably. So
Yep.
maybe we want to take down that Avacyn a little bit sooner rather than later. But if we can bounce this board ever... Oh, you know
He's
what's
got another
weird?
Spell Queller in hand.
The
yeah.
Dragon Master Outcast and this Thing in the Ice go awful together.
Yeah. It is a really bizarre 1-2 punch. But... you know, I'm just gonna... see what happens. He's been playing with it. He must have boarded it in, so...
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. He's gonna take 3 damage from here. There are tokens available, but I guess
They're going to do their thing.
I missed a... Did they miss the trigger?
I think they missed a Thing in the Ice. Yep.
Off of what?
No, it's only instant sorceries.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't
non-creatures.
think it's... he cast an artifact.
Yep.
So there's no miss triggers.
I think Thing in the Ice... I don't think Thing in the Ice is for non-creatures. I think Thing in the Ice is just for instants or sorceries. I could be way off with that.
No, it definitely is instants and sorceries.
Maybe I
Another
might have to
Inspector.
relook at that card. The only ever time that I see it actually matters with instants and sorceries, so I never even think to double check that. Bites and Flight with the sub? Thank you so much!
Welcome.
That is so kind of you. Thank you. That is a first-time subscriber too. That is the hype. That is fantastic.
Instant sorcery.
Your support matters, and it means the world to us. Thank you so much.
Especially me.
That is 12 by 12. We're at 144.
Nice. Welcome, all of you. So what are we getting here? Okay, so we got a cast. He's got another Spell Queller.
Ah. And
Oh, we got our 6 lands, so we got a block. Taylor, he's on the
back foot.
back foot for sure, but he's not in a terrible position. He needs that Kozilek return changes the game.
I like getting rid of the Thing in the Ice here because now you're actually
Yeah.
going to start getting these 4/4s.
Yep.
So you're taking
4/4
a good swing
flyers.
here. Oh, at the upkeep, if I can, I want to actually remove this Thalia at the upkeep before the dragon comes into play. Personally.
Yeah, I think he did miss a trigger on the thing, but I think he went to block and it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So, looks like
That's a dragon, everybody.
there are dragons in the box, but we'll move forward. We'll move forward there.
There are 5/5 dragons. Yep.
Oh yeah, I was saying 4/4s.
Yeah,
My bad.
That's okay. 5/5s.
It's still going to outclass everything on the field. When it actually is interesting
He's
enough,
down to 10 now, though. That's the problem.
and you're dead on the board if you have nothing going on.
He's got nothing.
I think right now, best case scenario.
Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, he's got.
Oh, you wanted to go with like a Harness Lightning to
Having
take
that
down the
double-
first one, to
having
Harness
that
Lightning
double
the
spell
other
counter
one,
was just
to
not
get back
fair.
the Dynavolt Tower, to try and cast another spell to take down
Yeah.
the Thalia. That's kind of the line that you're
That
looking for.
second spell queller was really tough because he had the Harness Lightning for one, then he could have flashed in the Gear Hulk, and he had stuff going on. But spell queller's a real card, everybody.
No joke. Spell Queller's, I think, and it's not even actually underrated, but I still think that card is underrated. That card is good.
Yeah, card's very good. It's a lot of fun.
I think that however much play that card is seeing, it's not enough. Let's go ahead and head back up to the booth, and we can provide a short little thoughts. We've talked about Frontier a lot, but Lord Nex is asking. We'll give our 2 bits about it. We'll see you up there. Hello and welcome back. My name's TJ,
My name's Dylan.
and we're hanging out at Geek Fortress. This is his store,
That's
but
Brainstorm.
it's the stream that we're having fun with. You're joining us here for our Monday stream, which is every Monday at 6:30 Pacific time. We also have Modern Wednesdays at 7, Saturdays at 6, and Legacy Wednesdays at 7:30. Blink 4377, you are the featured viewer of the day. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great having you. You are a rock star, and I look forward to hanging out with you more in the future.
Me too, Blink. 4377. Curious what those numbers mean.
So, you'd rather hear 2 bits on Canadian Highlander? Canadian Highlander is really cool, except for the fact that it's not very appealing. It's really appealing if you have a bunch of money.
It is, I don't know, like, it's just flavor of the week kind of thing.
Okay.
That's kind of what that reminds me of. Like, it's something new, it's exciting. Hey, let's think of a new cool format to mess around with for a little bit. And then it's just like, go back to Modern, new standard cards come out. I want to play my Legacy deck again.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Canadian Highlander has existed on the fringes for a long, long time, but it's just, I don't know.
It's a point system thing, right?
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm intrigued by the idea. It's not something that I may dive into. I'm not really sure what upside it has over either Vintage or EDH. It strikes me as kind of the blending of the two, and for many, I'm sure that's a really cool factor. It's probably not for me.
Yeah.
Frontier, on the other hand,
Frontier is the interesting thing because, like, everyone's always wondered if there's going to be another Modern, but it'll be, like,
There will be
the
one
gap
day.
will be smaller. You know, like, it won't be that 2004 8th edition forward thing. It'll be, like, half of that. And that's kind of what Frontier is kind of flirting with.
I honestly think that they have the timeline right. I think M15 is probably the correct time.
Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't
The
looked
big
at any
issue
of
is
the
that
decks
there
ever.
isn't been a long enough gap from M15 to now. So I don't know. I'm
Maybe
sure
like
that
2 years.
sure.
M15.
And if people play it now, then it'll become a format, and that'll be
18.
great. But
Yeah.
I'm not
No doubt.
convinced by it yet.
How do you feel about me against Alex? Me playing green,
Yes.
white.
Sure.
Why would I have a problem with it?
I have no problems. I actually only have
This
intrigue.
question was actually 2-part: me asking you, and also me telling you who's playing what.
Oh, even better. Are you going to be on the wall? Because Alex
Yes,
is already
I'm
on the
on
other
the
side,
Yep.
and you're playing the green white deck.
Yes.
Nice. Let's go watch some more standard. Frontier is not great for shop owners. It's okay. It means that they have to do a lot more work and keep in stock cards that they previously were getting rid of for dollar amounts. So I guess it's kind of
What
good.
does it remind me of?
Tiny leaders?
Yeah, it's like a slightly more expensive. Like, now I can all sell those $2 Siege Rhinos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it being good for store owners.
I mean, if anything, selling cards that aren't quite necessarily good in Modern, but have rotated out of Standard, and then actually getting rid of them, that's great. Sure. I mean, like, but having people buy cards for a format that's fun for like a month, and then not have it fun anymore, it's a bummer to the players that actually participated in it. So,
Yeah, I can see where you're at there.
I want people to actually, like, purchase cards that they want to use and then continue to use rather than purchase cards that they'll use for like a month when this format's fun, and then it dies down and they're like, well, now I got all these Siege Rhinos that I'm never going to use and all the other stuff. So
I am picking up what you're putting down, but let's
Yeah.
go ahead and watch some more Magic. We're going to have
I'm cool with that.
green-white tokens versus blue-white flash. I'm going to go ahead and add your name in here. I just realized that I hadn't done that before.
I'm Dylan.
You are.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Let's head on down.
Moving.
Hello and thank you. Have I played the format, Kagat Kagado? I have not. I have looked into it a little bit. I've dabbled in it. I've seen some red
spelled my
deck
name
wins
wrong.
built. Whoops. Nailed it. Gylon.
You know, it's cool with me.
Yep. I've not played
Gylon.
the format, and part of the reason is because I don't really want to spend the money on a deck of a format that has nobody actually playing it.
Yeah. It'll be, I don't know. It's hard because I always hate to hype up something because, you know, if people are just sitting around playing Magic, great. You know, I'm happy for that. But do I have 4 people that go crazy over it and then because they really like the format and then the other people are just like, well, I got nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unfortunately, those people that are really into it overshadow the people that aren't really into it and it just doesn't create a great and fun environment. You know, unlike these people who want to play Standard. They're here, clearly got built decks, so...
Mindless, I think that it's close. I think that Frontier was designed by Haruya originally, with the idea that actually in the Asian countries and over on the other parts of the world, basically outside the U.S., it's a little bit harder to get a lot of the older cards, to get some of those staples, to get some of the more eternal cards.
So they create things in order to still have fun.
So they made something that's a little bit kind of in the middle. I think that the popularity in the Americas is, I think, more around the desire for something more interesting than Standard, but not modern.
30-person event for what? I didn't see.
That's for Frontier.
Frontier, yeah. I mean, it could be, and like you said, it's the hype. It's the hype sometimes. So, but going to the game though, real quick, Logan is off to what a start.
Yeah,
Like
a swing
as
for
I
2.
just notice that he's got,
He was killing it. This is a deck that he wants to curve with all the time, and he's doing it.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Koga, I apologize. I don't know Pokemon well at all. I played Red, Blue, and Yellow, and then I never played it again. And then I recently played Y, and then I think I'm playing Omega Ruby.
To me, you're
right
just
now?
naming colors.
No, honestly, that's what I'm doing to me too.
Yeah.
If it's not the first 151, I'm not interested. That's the point.
I remember playing Pokemon Snap.
Dang, nice.
I think that was the last time I played Pokemon.
That's classic.
In 64.
Wasn't that Ronda Rousey's favorite game or something like
Could be. There's a lot of people's favorite games for very few reasons.
that?
You just took pictures of Pokemon.
So,
Silly.
this is a swing for 5. Doro with the... Nice. Thank you so much for the
I was
resub.
like, wait a second.
Doro. I love the Cole Maniac on the bottom. That is fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Looks
Snap was fantastic. Sorry. Yeah.
like a Spell Queller coming in, just going to block. There, we
Good
do
block.
still get the hit for 3.
He probably sees the fact that Spellqueller is going to have not a lot of key opportunities here.
Mm-hmm.
He's already got the. You know, he obviously went on the play. He already got 3 things out before Spellqueller can even have a chance. So, but you got the Reflector Mage.
We were originally only going to do 4 rounds. We're basically just going to keep playing until we don't want to play anymore.
I like round 4 of 3. I like that a lot.
We were going to have 3 to start
That's
off
fine.
with.
Soccer does the same thing. They go negative. You know, they just keep going.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing, people.
Boom.
Go Sounders.
So, we've got a Reflector Mage, a Spell Queller, and a Smuggler's Copter. Alex doing exactly what this blue-white flash deck
What Flash likes to do.
does.
So both of these decks have had turns where they basically do exactly what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Slam dudes out quickly, get a copter, flash dudes in, and stop the other dudes.
Yep, and that almost exactly happened. Logan was off to such an incredible
They're
start.
both at 15 now, and Logan's got... I don't think he has many... I think he's got 2 Gear Hulks in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
That is not good against a deck like this, because you slam down a Gear Hulk, and then it just gets like reflected. That can be tough.
That is... The Virtus Gear Hulks are good, though.
Yeah, it's true.
You want those to get Reflector Maged, you know?
Yeah.
Kind
I
of.
mean,
You don't really, because
I mean, if they can't cast it, and that's 2 of the cards in his hand. So.
Big Bear, I look forward to see... Oh, you're coming up next week? That's awesome. Big Bear's from Texas, I think.
That's a long drive.
I think they're flying up for business, and they'll be in Seattle.
It's a
and
much
come play
better
with
idea.
us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think I went to dinner with you, didn't I? I'm almost certain that I went to dinner with
You would
Big
know
Bear.
if you went to dinner with a giant bear. You would. They would eat a lot, and their orders would be very Christmas. Oh, it's coming
okay.
Christmas. Well, good. It's a good time of year. Hopefully, we get some snow for you, because I know Texas doesn't see a lot of snow. So,
That is fantastic.
so I missed what we had there.
Well, we're actually going to crew up the Smuggler's Copter here. It's going to get hit by the Stasis Snare, and now we are still going to be getting hit for a pretty size. It's going to be a hit for 5. So we're going to go down.
Wow, this deck's on fire right now. But I think we're going to have a Gear Hulk slam down, and the Gear Hulk's going to be able to...
Mount Vernon, that's what it is. Okay. That's actually pretty close. That's even closer
yeah,
than Seattle.
okay, that's not Texas.
No, that's where they're going to be going, I think.
Oh.
I think. I could be way off here. I don't know. Sometimes I operate from memory, and sometimes I get it wrong, and I apologize to people who I misremember things about.
It happens. I'm thinking right now, you're... Oh, no, here comes the Gear Hulk. Okay, so here we go.
This looks...
So,
pretty okay.
He needs to buff up that Inspector.
Yeah, the
Oh,
weird part
no,
is that he
never
doesn't
mind.
actually get to attack this turn.
Alex has another reflection.
See, they're from Dallas. I did meet them in Dallas.
That's good.
I knew it. Knew it. Coleman and TJ high-fiving. Tevin, are you going to come down and play with us? I hope so.
In the house.
I
This
hope you do.
house. Sorry.
That'd be awesome.
I got excited.
Me
And
too.
another Reflector Mage.
Get rid of it.
That stinks.
I think this is
Did he
functionally
slam
the
all
game.
the tokens down? Yeah. Oh gosh.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought he was gonna see. It wouldn't have been a bad idea to bounce if he wasn't for the fact that he had 2 in his hand. So that stinks. And he would have loaded all the counters up onto one of the other guys. Then it's like, okay, well, you bounce it, but then
I think it was going for the trample. BC Lloyd with the 2-month resub. Thank you so much. That is fantastic and amazing. I appreciate that hugely. That is just, man, I don't know. That just means the world to
you
us.
get this giant thumb of approval.
You're
Go
helping
ahead,
us.
fist bump me. Fist bump me right now. I hope you fist bumped me. I hope you did it. You deserve it. Every month, I'll fist bump you every time.
But thank you so much for the support. It really does mean the world to us. That's incredible and very generous of you.
Hopefully we're entertaining.
I mean, my hope is that, like, that's what I try for.
Yeah, you fist bumped me. Very
Nice.
Appreciate that.
Man. Yeah.
Means it worked.
I'm good with maybes.
So
It means
you
it
put the
was a
two-
touchscreen, so it
Yeah.
means it worked.
So interesting. So Logan threw down the Angel of Invention,
Yeah.
but
Didn't go for the fabricate, so
Didn't
just
go
went
for
for the
the
two.
fabricate.
Didn't go for the servos. So he's sitting with a giant. It's a 4/3.
is it because
I believe it's got first strike, doesn't it?
I think it's because he needed a way to block the creatures,
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything
And
that was killing
Avacyn
him.
comes down. God, dude, this guy is.
Oh no, it's falling vigilance
He's
lifelink.
got the lifelink, though. That's good. Hey,
Shadow Gaming, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you.
so he needed the lifelink. That's pretty. That's actually that's pretty good then, because now he can. Now he's essentially gained 4 life, but then took 3, so he net 1.
We tried doing a win-a-box for standard, but not enough showed up for it.
Yeah, standard's tough.
You
We're gonna
can't
keep
even
trying.
tempt people with a win-a-box.
Yep.
We'll see what we can do. We'll
Okay,
brainstorm
here comes another
sometime.
Gear Hulk. So Logan is. Oh man,
We're on the Flying Vigilance Lifelink game plan hard.
Logan is like, he can't have a third Reflector Mage.
You've got an
swing
8/7.
A lifelink.
It's an 8/7, and I hope you don't have a Reflector Mage.
Yeah, because I don't think he does either. So Logan, oh my gosh. Yeah, you might.
Sure, why not?
So gain 8, go up to 14. Wow,
This could be a big swing.
that's a swing because he's got another Gear Hulk in his hand.
No.
Yes, he's had the 2 Gear Hulks in his hand, so he's got it.
That's a 3-win Inspector. He's got another Archangel Avacyn, so he'll be able to at least block for a turn.
Yep.
But we are looking for
An 8/7 Flying Vigilance
and a
lifelink.
Spell Queller.
It's weird that's good.
Ah,
I like this game now. This
this is gonna be sweet.
this went from Logan turned this thing around in a heartbeat.
Please do it. Please do it. Please
he's
do
got
it.
it in his hand,
Swing
too.
for 13. Swing for
Oh
13.
gosh, what's he gonna draw here? He's got a land. Okay,
He's even
so,
he's got the 5/6 Sylvan Advocate, so this could swing with Vigilance pretty safely as well.
yeah.
Now they just got the 6 lands, and now
He's
that
got
it's not
5,
Summoning
6.
Sickness,
Yeah, he's
is that? I don't think that's a stasis.
no, it's not a stasis.
I think that was a spell queller.
Yeah, he has a spell queller in his hand. He's got a Gideon in his hand. He has an Abyss in his hand, so he does not have an answer right now. He's got chump blockers, which is usually
This-
what an 8/7 is going to deal with.
We get
And
another land.
Another land.
Do you go for it? I might almost put it onto this Gear Hulk.
You don't need more than like.
I think I'm gonna put on this Gear Hulk because it has trample.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. We've... okay.
So
Logan is maybe getting a little bit greedy.
I think he's enjoying the fact that he has an 11 or a 12/11
I
flying vigilance lifelink.
I think Logan is losing sight of what his actual goal is, because having those counters onto the Verdurous Gear Hulk is
Oh,
way bigger.
he's just gonna.
He's got jump blocks.
I mean, yeah, but I
he's
think
not dead.
I think that after he was gaining 12 life a turn with a land.
No, and a port 10 on top.
Yeah, I think he's doubling down on the lifelink. He basically Logan's saying that I'm.
At 14, you don't need. I don't know. I think,
Maybe not,
I
maybe
think he
not.
wanted the 9/9 trampler, because that makes it to where you can't jump block it.
Right. Yeah.
And then it disincentivizes even blocking the angel, because it's never gonna die. And
Yeah.
now you've got this 9/9 that has trample, to where even if you're throwing in a casual chump blocker, I don't know. That's at least where I would.
It feels like one of those things where it's like, was it the better decision? Probably not, but
It was way
worked
cooler.
out, and it was way cooler. Like, yeah, that was pretty solid. I mean, gaining 12 life a turn with vigilance. I mean, actually, it's not even 12 life a turn. I mean, can you imagine the Alex can't attack, so I
Yeah.
mean, you're almost netting like 24 life, like
functionally gaining a lot
I
more.
mean,
Yeah,
every other turn.
it was an uphill battle for Alex.
Yeah,
Sure.
so he's just like whatever.
I just think that Logan was.
Yeah, no, it was in the. I don't think he would have done it in the more competitive type of tournament.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
I think when we're just playing just to play, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this and see what happens. So
Scarsatsuma. By the way, I like saying your name.
yeah, round 4 of 3. What? 4 can go above 3.
Diversify your bonds? Why would you ever diversify your bonds? That's the most stable investment on the market. Hi, Retoid. It's good to see you.
High five.
I feel like you should go with stocks, or you could even go with, like... You can go with a lot of things. Bonds
What?
are so stable. You don't even need to diversify your bonds. Every single bond is going to go up at the same rate. think
So
you
who
even
signed
diversify
up
bonds.
for the savings class? Everybody. TJ here. We'll tell you how to manage your money and your magic
And
cards.
besides, this is an aggressive deck. If anything, he's going to be heavily into the Dow. He's going to be on the stock market. This is an aggressive deck.
Everybody, welcome. We
What a
have-
Steel Overseer. Well done there.
Does anyone have any available stock options they would like to talk about?
Bonds is a pretty good player.
Yeah, maybe.
Was it the best move? Not likely. Would I have done the same? Probably. Yeah,
A 12/11 flying vigilance lifelink is pretty cool.
it's tempting. I'm a big fan of the 9/9 Trampler, personally.
Nice.
I think that Trample is one of the most underrated keywords in
Yeah,
Magic.
it's pretty rated.
Really?
What do you rate
That
number
card's
1?
insane.
Quick, top 5 keywords.
Flying, Trample,
Lifelink?
don't care about Lifelink.
Death Touch? Death Touch is pretty good.
Don't care about Death Touch.
Really?
Yeah, I'd probably put Menace. No, I wouldn't put Menace.
You know how many
up.
times I've seen a little dinky Death Touch creature like hold off like
Prowess. Prowess is really good.
Prowess? Prowess is pretty good, yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd put it at best, though. That's hard.
Top 5? I mean, that's... Who said banding?
No, we're talking like Evergreen. First Strike is miserable. It's a purely defensive ability. Double Strike.
Double Strike.
Double
Nice.
Strike, Flying,
How can
Trample.
Double Strike... How does First Strike ever get on there? Because Double Strike is just that much better.
Right. Probably Vigilance.
Hexproof's pretty good.
Oh, Hexproof.
Yep, Hexproof's
Yep.
pretty good.
So I'm going to go...
Yeah. Typhoid Rats, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That 1/1 Death Touch was, I mean, you slam that down turn 1 and watch them.
But that card is not... That's not an amazing ability.
I'm just saying top 5. I don't know, we're just talking.
Yeah.
It's not amazing.
Sure.
I'd put it at 5, though.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to go with Malon's list. Flying Double Strike, Vigilance, Hexproof, and Trample.
it's pretty good.
I think that's my
I don't know
list.
if I'd have Vigilance on there. I like,
I think
First
well,
Strike.
look
I
at
wouldn't have
Sarah
First Strike.
Angel.
I would Double Strike.
Look at Sarah Angel. That was the first creature, big creature.
Horsemanship. Come on.
And like looking at things with vigilance
Actually,
instead.
Yeah, I like
vigilance.
who's-
Vigilance is quite good.
vigilance is all right. That's all right.
Dies is not a keyword. I know that you're arguing that it's a keyword, but it's not. And Storm is not evergreen. Exalted is not evergreen.
Oh no, prowess. That's what I put in there.
Yep.
I
Coleman, you're bad
take
at this
prowess.
game.
I take prowess out of vigilance.
Coleman, you're bad at this game.
I like whoever's. All right. Anyways.
Death Touch and Trample gets a lot of points, though.
Yeah, death touch trample for sure. Prowess I think would be on there. Flying would be on there, and hexproof. That'd be my 5 probably.
That's fair. Death Touch is not bad, but Death Touch is only good on small creatures. Death Touch on like Grave Titan, the Death Touch on Grave
I don't
Titan
know, man. Death touching.
is just Exalted is an evergreen. Of course, it's not evergreen.
Who? Evergreen.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so we got a turn 1 Inspector, followed up by turn 2 on Logan's side. The
Yep, Sylvan
Vigilance.
Advocate.
Vigilance. We were just talking about that.
Sylvan
There
Advocate.
we go. Sylvan Advocate's pretty good.
Cascade is an evergreen.
Oh man, goodbye.
Hooray! Reflector Mage, quite a good card. Totally fair. Totally only going to be good in
Oh,
draft.
man, we got a lot of good stuff going
Yeah,
on
you-
Logan's side.
You take a Mana War and you just think, yeah, let's make it better. Let's just make it
Why
better.
not attack for 1? I think you did.
I think Alex forgot.
Or I think you forgot. Attacking and forgotten.
Yep. I think it was it was a turn 2.
Turn 2 Inspector? Okay.
I think it was a turn 2.
We got a Stasis in there on
Maybe not.
Thalia.
I actually like that a lot. I think that's a really good target to hit. He's got a lot of non-basics in this deck.
And he's got a Gideon. Let's see what he slams down. He's going to slam down Gideon. He's got Advocate in his hand. So the downside is he's on the 1 spell per turn, which kind of stinks for a deck that wants to play a number of things.
Mm-hmm. I would put Haste at probably my number 6.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I don't know. Gideon.
Running out of Gideon right now is, I don't know, it doesn't strike me as super advisable. It might have been
What's
the right
Reflector
call.
Mage? A 2/3? I forget.
Yeah, it's a 2/3 and a
2/3,
1,
so you
and you'd
can,
have a
what,
2/2
zero
to block.
Gideon,
So,
0 Gideon, and then what? Your token dies and he takes 1 point of damage. That's pretty much probably what might have happened.
it strikes me as a pretty good play, but he might be just trying to set it up so the Gideon can be a little bit more impactful over the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little bit of an odd play, especially now that he has to play around the Avacyn.
Yeah.
If he goes for the Gideon right now, it almost certainly
Or
goes to Avacyn.
and the Spellcaller. He's player on Gideon and Avacyn and Spellcaller.
Well,
So
a flash deck passing with 5 untapped mana has a Gideon.
in Avacyn.
And we're just going to go for the immediate ult from Logan. So, we're going to ult this right away. We're going to take the Emblem. We're going to take the 3/4 Sylvan Advocate. I really hope that Logan doesn't attack into this. He does, actually. This is a 3/4. He might attack in for the Blossoming Defense, but I really doubt it. Because you don't end up killing the Archangel Avacyn because it would have Indestructible.
Yep. So we got a flash in for an Avacyn. Now, here's an interesting, and we got a foiled Gideon, everybody.
Down they file. We actually don't have deck lists. We're a small store doing weekly events, and it's a logistical nightmare for us to collect deck lists from each and every player. And right now, the staff for the stream is me, who is maxed out on time, a bunch of co-hosts who are maxed out on time, and a store owner who is maxed out on time.
Maybe we could talk to Maeve. She's not exactly maxed out on time.
Don't be rude.
I was a shot at Maeve. She knows I'm kidding. But we could probably get her to do it, though.
Don't be rude. So, it's a nightmare, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's really awful.
No,
Chasing down deck lists all week is just awful.
Really, it's just all about getting the person. It's more about getting the person to do their own deck list, really.
Yes, but
Because, I mean, like, if they just copy-paste it to you, you just copy-paste it, but getting someone to actually come across and, like,
no one wants to do
do your
that.
deck list. See, there's Maeve. She's never asked to do things.
I don't force anyone to do anything with this stream.
Maeve,
It's 100% volunteer time. I'm not going to start.
volunteer your time forcibly. Just kidding.
This is a conversation for a later time. I don't want to do it in here.
I want to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Talk tomorrow. What's only $10 more? Oh, foiled Gideon. Yeah, foiled prices are weird.
Malon, 90% of the time is typing them up. It is I used to, like, when we first did it, I spent about 6 hours a week typing up deck lists. For like 3 weeks, I decided not to do it anymore.
Takes a while. Takes a while. I mean, it's the same thing with like typing up
I think it was 6 once. It was like 4 hours a week, probably more realistically.
It's the same thing with uploading the videos and putting the start and stop time and the decks and everything on there. It's like it was just easier to just upload them, but people like it, so I kind of like try to do it a little bit here and there.
Yep.
I'm way behind. So
Stasis Snare taking down the Archangel Avacyn, and Mindless. I do appreciate your mindset there. Okay. So,
Boo.
we have, I've got about 150-ish Tybalts. Yeah. So, Vertus Gearhulk, no big trample targets. We do have the 4/5, or the 5/6. Man, that card's absurd.
I say just load them up. I mean, you gotta put one on the. Oh, we put one on the. I'd have put one on the Gearhulk too. Gearhulk being a 5/5, just there. I like that a lot more.
Having a 6/6, I think lines up decently well here.
Yeah.
I need to do like another hard count on it. I don't have the exact count right now. Hey, thank you, Mindless. I do really appreciate that. That's
you know
kind
what?
of you
You
to say.
rule.
You do
You rule
rule.
for watching.
You've got a 4/5 attacking in here. It is threatening that Avacyn right now. What is Blue-White's game plan against Red-Blue control? Probably to go with, like, I don't know, Gideon's end up pretty solid.
This is how many Tybalts I always have in stock.
You have a friend that will buy every Tybalt that I own? No, you don't.
Well, he might have a friend that will buy that.
Alright, so we're going to flip this. We're going to deal 3
not for
damage.
sale.
We're going to knock it down to 8. We're going to technically sweep the board, and by sweeping that board, we're going to do nothing to the board except add a little bit of that damage.
Because Green White Tokens got some big dudes out there.
Yep.
Big dudes.
Otherwise, we're going to untap here. We do have the 3 counters on that. A Smuggler's Copter is okay right now. I don't believe that he has any Heron's Grace Champion in the list, to my
No.
knowledge.
Could be. I mean, like, it's a good card. Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
Oh,
Spellcaller? No,
Stasis there.
that's good.
There it is. Been waiting for it.
That ain't bad. So now we've got, what, a 7/7 trample?
Oh, yeah.
So Alex is
4,
going down to
5, 6, 7.
3?
Yeah, I think. No, I think that's,
Oh,
that's
no,
lethal.
that's lethal.
No, that's lethal. Yeah, yeah. We just heard it. He's like, yeah, I'm dead. Yeah. That was lethal. Ouch. Trample. Actually,
Wow.
hexproof.
Also,
Hexproof,
spell
very
quellers.
good.
K-Dubsky, spell quellers are quite good against the spells deck.
Hexproof, pretty good. We just found out. Hexproof and trample, pretty good.
Yep.
So we. Oh, you know what? Another keyword I didn't even talk about was Flash. There's an entire deck based around it, like pretty solid as well.
Flash?
Yeah.
Actually, I would say that Flash is better than Haste.
Yeah.
That's
true.
fair.
Stasis Snare wouldn't have gone to the graveyard at that point, but I mean, it was game over.
I think
at
they
that
were
point.
just putting it to the side kind
Yeah.
of thing. Man. That was...
He put in 4 blossoming defenses.
Yeah, he has them in the sideboard and they come in almost every single game, I think.
Yeah.
It's... I almost always see
I
them
mean,
coming in.
Hexproof is so good. Hexproof is incredible. Like, having you being a... Like, Shroud seemed fair, because it was like Shroud was always on those giant, nasty creatures and stuff.
Simic Sky Swallower.
Yeah, and like...
Oh, dude,
And-
the
and
7
then-
mana 6/6 Flying Shroud.
Trample.
And Trample. Yeah, that card was sweet.
And then they're like, you know what, let's one-up Shroud and go with Hexproof. And it's just like, oh, God.
And mostly because that's how players always actually played it as. Newer
Yep.
players would always play Shroud as Hexproof.
Yep.
I'm still not convinced that Shroud should have gone away. I think that Shroud is a much safer mechanic, but that's okay.
You could put Shroud on certain things and, like, make the creature incredible.
But then
whereas, like,
having 2 of them gets really complicated.
Two
like,
of what?
Hexproof and Shroud in a given environment gets kind of tricky.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but I mean, like, that's on the players, though. I mean, like, they need to...
Sure.
I mean, like, tricky... I mean, it's, you know, it's first strike and double strike. It's just going to be just as tricky as that, and you have both of them in there, and if there's confusion over that...
I think that one has, like... I don't disagree with you, but I think that one has the audible cue of what they are.
You have no idea how many times we've had new players come in, and I've had to explain that first strike hits the first strike, and double strike hits the one, and then the regular one,
Oh.
and does... Oh, yeah, it's... Double strike has confused a lot of newer
It's
players that
tricky.
have come in here. Yeah, the fact that the first
They
strike
can't
damage
attack twice.
doesn't
They
hit.
just deal twice.
Yeah, and the first strike damage hits, and if it kills the double strike creature, the regular damage doesn't go through. It's, but I don't know. Yeah, I like the idea of Shroud. Like you can put Shroud on a lot of nastier creatures where Hexproof would feel just busted.
Yep.
Like
All right, let's head on up. Let's have some fun. Maybe we can find us another match.
I'm gonna go outside.
Okay. Hello and thank you for joining. It's awesome having you all here, or welcome for joining. Of course, if you are joining us for the first time, be sure to hit that follow button and join us in the future. We stream 4 times a week. You can see the schedule scrolling down below, but let me go ahead and give you the rundown anyway. Currently, it's about 8:36 Pacific time here at Geek Fortress, located in Snohomish, Washington. Check it out, geekfortressgames.com. You can join us here every single Monday for some standard at 6:30 Pacific time. But maybe Modern's a little bit your thing. You enjoy that Modern realm. Maybe you want to join us at 7 on Wednesdays and 6 on Saturdays and join us for that good fun stuff. And also you can join us on Fridays at 7:30 for some Legacy. Have you got another bonus round for me?
Nope.
Cool.
I'm here to tell you that was the last bonus round. You only get so many bonuses in a stream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is a shame.
Also, there are 4 people here, and then we all have the same decks.
Dang.
Yeah. Sorry. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. I appreciate you letting me know.
Mm-hmm. I figured it's better than you just sitting back here for 30 minutes.
Hi. I might do it anyway. Brandon X, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. I don't think that we have enough Pauper players out there at the moment. Down they fall. I do dig the name. Thank you so much for the follow. It's awesome having you. It looks like we are coming up towards the end. I don't think Coleman brought any of his stuff
I
here.
did not bring any of my stuff, sorry. I just came here from work.
Yep. But I think that we are coming up on the end of this stream. Is that Randon, the guy from the store? I actually don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even think of that. TJ will not be denied.
If you are from the store, hey!
Hello.
Awesome. I can bring Logan in here to talk about the deck if you want.
Sure.
Alright, there you go.
Why not?
Hello.
Let's talk about stuff.
I actually just put it up on Twitter and tagged you in it.
The green-white one?
Yes.
That would be why I felt my pocket vibrate.
That would be it. So,
exactly.
if you want to check it out right now, it is up on Twitter. If you're following either of us.
I'll go
You should
ahead
be able
and retweet that. Mindless, positive vibe is about 100% of what I do.
So much positive vibe.
Well, my favorite thing was, how was it that Steven put it, and I still kind of love it? I am disgustingly genuine, is how he put it.
Yeah? Yeah, that works.
Okay, so a lot of people were asking about the green-white list. We just
Yes.
retweeted it out. Let's talk about it a little bit. You talked about its turn 1 play. How many turn 1 plays do we have? I think just the one?
Just the Thraben Inspector.
All right.
But I mean, with so many lands that come into play tapped, and your curve being so important, sometimes if you don't have Thraben Inspector, you can take that turn 1 to play your tap land, and then have your non-basic, or your basics or your lands that do enter untapped, and use those for the rest of the game. So you can either use turn 1 to either make sure your mana is going to be good, or to play that Thraben Inspector.
So, how aggressively do you mulligan for a Thraben Inspector? Like, how
Not
often?
very.
Okay, so it's
It's sweet if I get it. If I don't get it, it's no big deal. The deck isn't built around it.
Sure. And you've previously talked about how this is a deck that primarily is meant to curve.
Yes.
So, looking at the 2-drop slot, we've got 3 impactful creatures.
Yes. Sylvan Advocate, Servant of the Conduit, and Smuggler's Copter.
Sure. And tell me a little bit about what the role they fill.
So the Smuggler's Copter does what it does.
It's Smuggler's Copter, sure.
Hits them for
I get
3,
that.
flies, loots, does everything you want to.
You can also... Actually, that just to go on a little bit of a tangent, that does bring up what I think is the biggest anti-synergy in your deck, which is Nissa and Smuggler's Copter.
It's actually... I can get back to that. There is a thing about that, but I can get back to that.
The minus?
No, if you have a Gideon emblem in play...
Sure. That's like not even the best part about a Gideon emblem, though.
When the worst part about Gideon emblem is now your plants can crew Smuggler's Copter. Dang.
Sure. That's still
You
me.
got it.
I'm still saying that the Nissa and the Copter are weird for me,
Yeah.
but I get why they're.
It's
both
one of
in there.
the... It is a non-bow, but it's not that bad. So Smuggler's Copter, Servant in the Conduit lets you play a 4-drop on turn 3 or 2 2-drops on turn 3.
What 4-drops do we have beyond Gideon?
Just Gideon.
All right.
It's
Moving
just
on.
that your 2-drops are powerful enough to where you don't need to, and spamming creatures, just like having your turn 2 be Servant of the Conduit, and then your turn 3 be 2 more 2-drops. It makes it to where your turn 4 is either a Gearhulk or an Angel of Invention, which works really well with the 2 creatures you just played the previous turn.
Yeah.
And so they all lead into each other very, very well.
Gideon Clompounds is actually awesome. I have not read that particular article. I have to find it.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the other one is Sylvan Advocate. It's standard Tarmogoyf. The Vigilance is really useful whenever you can either start dumping counters from a Verdurant Gearhulk, or using a Nissa minus to make it a 3/4, because now your 3/4 can fight a lot of other things. It can usually keep at pace with a Grimflayer. So say they do Grimflayer on their turn 2, and then their turn 3 they do Nissa minus. You don't block, they hit, turn it into a 4/4. On your turn 3, you can play a Nissa and minus. Now it can hit that Liliana for 1 and keep it down. And then on the following turn, you can continue to make it bigger. So yes, if they go Grimflayer Lily, they can get past it for a couple of turns, but eventually they are going to have to answer it.
okay.
And then from turn 6 on, it's just a giant monster.
That's true. How do you feel
So it's
about
pretty
the Recruiter? Someone was asking about if you're running that, or if you'd like to be running that.
Recruiter.
Do you need a refresher?
I do.
Okay.
The 3-drops are Stasis Snare. Nissa. Nissa has been incredibly powerful. That is not the card.
That
not
is
right
the wrong card. That's Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Whoops.
If we're talking Legacy, then yeah.
Sure. Sure. I was thinking of the wrong one there.
Duskwatch
Duskwatch.
Recruiter. It's... I did try it for a little bit. It's too much of a mana sink. If you're planning on playing something turns 1 through 6, which I am,
This is...
at no point does a 2-mana 2/2 fit into that curve.
The Sylvan Advocate replaced this, didn't it?
No, originally the Servant of the Conduit replaced this. Because originally it was Duskwatch Recruiter. Then I replaced Recruiter with Lambholt Pacifist, because I was like, oh, I'm never activating Recruiter unless I'm losing. And at that point, I don't have enough mana to cast whatever I'm getting with Recruiter anyways, and it doesn't matter.
Sure.
And
And,
so-
it's a curve-out deck, and you also don't actually run as many creatures as you would expect.
4 Nissas, 4 Gideons, 3 Stasis Snares, 2 Declaration and Stones,
The Smuggler's Copters.
Smuggler's Copter. So there's a good amount of things that Recruiter doesn't actually hit.
Yeah, so you might almost miss on some of those activations.
And so most of the time it's a 2-mana 2/2. The times that it's not are the games that I'm losing, and I'd rather just have something else.
Yeah.
I eventually replaced it with Lambholt Pacifist, and then someone suggested Servant of the Conduit.
And that's been a good go.
That's, yeah, the deck has gotten a lot faster with it.
Yep.
And so,
Now, you've got another deck that you're a big fan of.
yes.
I know
This other
you,
deck
I
is
know
so
you want to
much
talk
fun.
about it. I know you
It's
do.
so much fun.
Run free, Logan.
Okay, Blue-Red Colossus.
Dig it.
Right now it's Blue-Red. I think it'll turn into Blue-Black once Aether Revolt comes out. But
That's aggressive, knowing that we don't know any of the cards in it. But I
well,
like your style.
we do know some. The black with Artifact Convoke.
Fair. Fair.
That's not bad. 1 mana, like deal 5, gain 5, ain't bad.
Sure. And actually, just before we chase down that line, Mindless did ask a question. Do you ever feel like you're behind going into turn 6-ish and have a hard time catching up? And I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is kind of where the Angel and the Verdur's Gearhulk start to come in, to where the Gideon and all that stuff are kind of to
Yes.
keep up pace. But those cards really seem like the come behind cards, or the closeout, or the it's time to get back into the match. Is that something that you come across?
Every now and again, there's not a lot of cards that are able to deal with every single threat I play every single turn. Like on turn 2, it's hard to deal with an X3. Sure, a lot of people are expecting it with the Copter and with Grimflayers. Like, people know they have to kill the turn 2 plays.
Sure.
Turn 3, now...
Thanks, Stunlock.
Thanks, Dunlock.
I hope your Cuban went well. Let me know how it went. Stick with us. We're talking a little bit about Logan's decks. We did have a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, so if you have any questions, comments, feedback, let us know. We're talking about some cool standard decks that Logan has got in mind, and then we'll end up hosting over into some other directions. But
Yeah.
we do appreciate you coming on over. I hope it was a blast. I hope you enjoyed just hanging out for a bit. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So, It's hard for them to deal with every single 2-drop that I can land. If they do, turn 3 I play a Nissa or another 2-drop, and they have to deal with that. There's been a lot of times, like again in the Green Black Delirium matchup, where they go turn 3 Lily, and I followed up. Okay, sure, turn 3 Nissa. Sure, eventually you're gonna, if I can just like ping Nissa, which my
They
deck is
just
fairly
plus
good
one
at.
into each other.
Yeah, eventually, like, you have to start hitting my Nissa, and then as soon as you decide to start doing that, I'm going to land a bunch of creatures and then minus and Anthem all my guys, and that's very hard for them to deal with. There's not a lot of good ways to deal with multiple creatures that are all medium size. So,
His
like,
expertise might make it a little bit difficult. But,
Yeah.
But I agree with what you're saying.
right now, there's no way for a deck to deal with 3/3/3s. And so,
Yeah.
It's
His
hard-
expertise into Kozak's return. Live the dream.
Flying Tendrils. There's Flying Tendrils as well.
Sure.
But so for right now, if people are able to deal with it, and say my opponent does keep pace, turn 5, like Angel of Invention gives me an army all by itself. It's a 2/1 flyer and gives me 2 2/2s, and then literally any follow up in my entire deck is fantastic. A Thraben Inspector will draw me cards. A Smuggler's Copter can be looted by the 1/1s, or which are now 2/2s. A Nissa just gave +3/+3 to my board. Another Angel of Invention just makes my, like, it doubles this, almost triples the size of my board. Verger's Gearhulk spreading the counters between the servos and the Angel just increases my board so much. Like, pretty much every single card plays well into each other, whether it's before or after the other one.
You got super greedy with that Angel, by the way.
I had to.
You totally should have put them onto your Gear Hulk the second time.
I disagree because, hey, Happy Dude 2, thank you so much for hitting that
I'm
button.
a happy dude too! Fuck, I was great happy dude. I don't know, I think the trample is the more important part. I think the swing for 8 was enough.
I think in that, so the turn before that, the turn where I had to hit Angel Invention or I was dead,
Sure.
and I hit it, and then I was like, well, I play this, if he has any way to remove it or bounce it, I'm dead. And he didn't, which told me, okay, he has no way to deal with this, which means, okay, now he's in a position where he has to top deck an answer or I win. And being able to give me that as much of a buffer, if he did deal with it, as I could, felt like the right choice. Because then say he does deal with it, every
then you
single
have
play I
nothing.
can play. No, not quite.
I don't
Because
know.
now my creatures are all bigger than his.
But a 9/9 trample?
And I'm not on the defense anymore.
But a 9/9 trample?
I'd rather have an
But you would have been at
11-10.
22 anyway.
I'd rather have an 11-10. Like, he showed he couldn't kill it before.
Okay.
And so it was a scenario where I felt going all in was safe.
Okay, it was the riskier play. It was the riskier play. I would have been a bit more conservative. Happy Dude 2, you came with the Stone Knock Hook, can we bring up to speed? Yes, this is the Geek Fortress stream. My name is TJ.
Mine's Logan.
Hello. It's awesome having you here. This is Logan. He was one of our players tonight. And, of course, I do normally have a wide range of co-hosts here who come and help me out and have a lot of fun. We do the stream 4 times a week. Tonight, we had Standard, just like we do every single Monday. Now, we did go through 4 rounds of that already. We're coming up on the end, unfortunately. We do appreciate you coming by, hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit of extra time. Logan out here got a couple of sweet decks. So we decided to bring him in and do a little bit of talking about how these decks play out, how he went into them, and the next one that we've got is going to be one that he's particularly pleased with. It's been tested a little bit. He played around with it. I would say maybe about, would you say about 2 months ago was kind of when you first started?
Green White?
No, when you first started with Blue Black Colossus.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. Or 2 months ago.
2 months,
2
and
months
then you
ago.
kind of switched it to Blue Red, I think maybe
Very recently.
like 3 weeks ago maybe. And you've got a lot of belief in it. Now, one other person, same random. Hey, nice. Good to see you, Randon. Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry that you got your mouth poked.
Sounds like I went to the dentist.
Good point. That I was wondering. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Just, someone's like, all right, I'm out. I'm not going to Standard.
Nope. Too much, man.
I have had enough today. So,
So one thing, whenever I was playing, and I did hit the Angel Invention, because I can't read their name because it's so bright, knowing when to concede, dying to a top deck removal. Sometimes you gotta force them to have it. And one thing that I say to myself is, can't play around it, gotta play into it, because if they don't have it, you're in a good position. If they do have it, you're dead. But if they have it, you're dead anyways. And so sometimes you just have to go for it. So, like, if you're dead to a removal, saying, if I keep playing around this removal, will put you in a losing position.
I agree with the idea. I disagree with the example. But
That's fair.
I think that you are absolutely correct. Or as they would say down south at Card Kingdom, cowards can't block warriors.
Yep. Sure
That was Jordan Isaka, I believe.
Yep.
He started that. I might
Cowards
be wrong
can't
there.
block warriors.
But cowards can't. Bold we're intimidator mentality.
Yep.
Sometimes, yeah. So, Lucius, I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the sub.
Like Lucius?
That ooh, nice. Let us know who got it right.
Lucius?
Who said it best?
Lucius.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Your sub means the world to us. That support
Absolutely.
is enormous, and it means that we can keep doing cool things with this stream, which we're going to keep trying to do.
Yeah.
We have got a laundry list of ideas for things to do down this stream. Some of it includes money for materials. I have got about a $300 rig currently designed that we are
Alucard
going to...
Markov. That's a cool name.
That's a great name. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. Right.
Lucius.
But right now we've got like a $300 rig designed for just setting up a second feature table.
Yep.
We've
That'll
got
help a lot.
a second. We're actually going to be getting a second computer to split the stream work between two different
That'll be
devices,
nice.
so that it runs a little bit. Oh, like
Like
us. We've also got some designs in mind for just replacing some of this material. We've got some
like it.
designs for eventually getting to some digital ways to update the life totals. Plus, there are ideas in getting to the world of actually starting to like pay people.
Whole new world.
And because right now the stream runs 100% on volunteer. Every
It's fun.
I love it. Like I do it, all the co-hosts do it, all the David and Ian and all the incredible people who help out at the sidelines do it. The players are
yeah.
doing it just out of like the kindness of their hearts. Everybody who does anything, the mods aren't paid. I'm not sure if mods are
Mods are
often paid. I
fantastic.
honestly can't answer that.
Doro's amazing.
Doro is head mod and has earned it.
Absolutely.
But the mod team is incredible here. So the point that I'm trying to make is that sub matters, and it's going to
Yeah.
help us do a lot of cool things in the future, and I'm excited about the
Absolutely.
future.
It's Blue Red Colossus.
Sorry, we keep going.
We do. That's fine. By far the worst matchup for any Colossus deck is any aggro deck. So the whole point of the Colossus deck is to play cheap, do-nothing artifacts that are mostly cantrip or add more mana. The vehicles like Cultivator's Caravan is a good example. I'm blanking on the name. Prophetic Prism. Prophetic Prism is great for it. The ideal curve for the deck is turn 2 Prophetic Prism, turn 3 Cultivator's Caravan, turn 4 Hedron Archive into another Prophetic Prism, and then turn 5 any artifact, and then you just start slamming down Colossi for free.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I had one game where by turn 5, I had all 4 Metalwork Colossus in play, and had 2 blue mana untapped to emerge an Elder Deep Fiend on his upkeep to tap all 4 of his lands.
Yeah,
So
that
I had
was sweet.
45 power and tapped all of his lands. And said go.
That is.
So the deck definitely has a lot of power.
I had a thought for your deck.
Okay,
Handware Battlements. One of.
I'll try it.
Cool.
I like it. I like
Haste
it.
is sweet.
It is. In the sideboard, so one of the cards I use in the sideboard is Key to the City. Because, like, having a million 10/10s,
Why is that not main board?
I'm thinking about putting in main board.
That card's so good.
I'm probably going to take out my Panharmonicon package and put those in.
Man,
That's what I've been thinking of.
did you ever cut the
So-
second Deep Fiend?
No, I still run 2. I have a third in the side. It's playing with the deck more. I've discovered a lot that the difference between one 10/10 and two 10/10s isn't actually that big
Agreed.
because they're just going to chump block one of them anyways.
Sure.
And so you only need one of them to hit twice. And so having one of them and then using your Sanctum of Ugin to go get your Elder Deep Fiend gives you more of an opportunity to hit them, tapping down the creatures, tapping down the land so they can't actually present a blocker, or so they don't have a way to deal with your 10/10 next turn. Because if you get to untap with a Colossus, you're in so much of an advantage. Because it means they've taken an entire turn saying, I can't kill it. And if you ever get to build off of that momentum, you're just going to crush them. And so using the Elder Deep Fiends to give you that extra turn is huge.
To answer the question, unfortunately, we aren't going to have any more matches tonight. I do apologize, but we are going to be heading soon. And I think we're getting told it's time to wrap up.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Extra turn.
Quick note. I do like one idea that Mindless tossed in. I think that you're still on the Foundry Inspector because that's what you're running when you're on the blue-black version, right?
Yes.
I think it's time to consider Herald of Kozilek as a much better blocker. Because it's the same effect. Almost.
It is a very good blocker.
It's almost, and it doesn't matter that it's not an artifact because you only care about non-creature artifacts, really.
I like the idea. The first thing that comes to mind is it doesn't crew Caravan Colossus, and it doesn't
the Cultivator's Caravan.
It doesn't crew Cultivator's Caravan, and it doesn't crew the Sky Sovereign. Okay. So I like it, but it can't crew those. However, if I have a Glintnest Crane in conjunction with both of them, it can. So it's possible it won't matter. Merits testing, I'll say.
Merits testing.
I like it. It might be worth... Actually, I could see very much to where... Coleman's trying to creep in.
Pummeler, definitely still viable.
Really close.
I could see if you're in a more aggressive metagame, I could see that being right. If you're in a metagame that doesn't have a lot of aggro, then I think the 3-2 is correct, just because it can crew everything.
Ah, my finger's in.
This is Emma Handy's second stream. We gotta give her the support.
Oh yeah.
Emma Handy is just started streaming. I am 100%. We're gonna be hosting over to her.
Okay.
She's awesome.
That's fair.
People need to find her stream.
No, I agree.
That's where I'm at.
I literally did not know who it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Emma Handy.
Oh, okay.
Is Pummeler still viable? I think it is, yes. The amount of times where I've played it, like, whenever I do play against Pummeler, if they go turn 3 Pummeler and I don't kill it, every time they untap, I ask them if I'm dead. Like, I heard this once where someone compared it as a standard version of Infect, because it's very much, if you don't kill this, you're just dead. Yep. So, I like it.
Alright, so it's time for us to call it a night. We're going to be hosting over to Emma Handy. She's awesome. It's going to be NTG. Be sure to hit that follow button on her and say hi from the Fortnites for us.
It's a handy name.
Right? Absolutely it is. So from all of us here at Geek Fortress,
yes.
Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, my name's TJ.
Mine's Logan.
Hi, I'm Coleman.
And until next time, we'll see you there. It'll be Wednesday at 7 for some modern Pacific time. I'll see you in the future. Stay amazing, everyone.